Dane's got room to run. First and goal to go for Emery. Creek with the grab all the way down to the 25-yard line. Stilson looking, wants the end zone. Olsen, corner, drags the foot, touchdown Emery.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
This is Sparta!
Emery Spartan football is powered by Castle Country Radio. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Jordan Buscarini and Travis Anderson in the Sutherland's broadcast booth for tonight's game.
Welcome into Emery High School football here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM, as well as our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery. And we're also proud to be alongside KSL on KSL Sports for what is a win or go home contest tonight. Emery on the road taking on the Summit Academy Bears, two teams that have a lot of history, and a lot is on the line tonight. A trip to Cedar City next week as both teams are trying to get to Southern Utah University. Jordan Buscarini alongside Travis Anderson, high and top curbside here tonight at Summit Academy High School. Travis, we are outside. We are above the booth. We've got a beautiful view, and we are just about set for some winner-go-home high school football.
Playoff high school football. You talked about the history between these two teams. You go back a couple years ago where Summit Academy came down to Emery, and they escaped with a victory in the playoffs. Blocked extra point, right? Missed extra point.
That was 2 years ago. And then last year, we were at Zions Bank Stadium for a chance to go to the state championship. And once again, these two teams went toe-to-toe. It was a thriller. Emery got the better end of Summit Academy. And so over the last 2 years, it just seems like in order to get into the tournament or get through the tournament, these two paths have had to cross one way or another.
Yeah, it seems like when the paths cross, it's these two teams. If it's at Emery, if it's here, it's neutral site. We're playing Summit Academy, and it's going to be a tall task for Emery coming in here tonight. A little bit short-handed with the roster, and for Summit Academy, their quarterback dual threat. So it's going to be an interesting game back and forth.
Let's talk about Emery. Now tonight, no Trig Jensen, no A.J. Thomas. Back into the starting role at quarterback, it's going to be Bo Stilson. We have seen Bo already this season. In fact, Bo did lead Emery to a victory. We saw him put up some video game-type numbers against the Grand Red Devils. In fact, that he was our Eastern Utah Community Credit Union Athlete of the Week as he was outstanding. We know what Bo is capable of doing. Is it a different beast to go on the road and try to win a playoff game than what he had to do in the regular season, which was step in and go up against the likes of a Canyon View or a Grand? How much different is tonight's setting, in your opinion, for Bo Stilson?
I think it's a big step. The competition-wise jumps up a few notches coming on the road. You haven't been in that spot in a couple weeks. It's going to be difficult, but you put the ball in his hands. He's an athlete. Let him do Bo-like things, right? Yeah. That's what we hear. Yeah. Let Bo be Bo. Let him go out there. It's going to be difficult, but I think Bo is up to the task.
I think when you talk about Bo Stilson, the term that resonates is gamer, right? I mean, he is. He's a gamer, and there's a lot of cliches in the game of football. They like to use the term moxie and all those other weird phrases, but I think the simplest way to describe Bo Stilson is a gamer, and tonight the offense is in his hands.
Yeah, they're going to have to come out. They're going to have to establish the run. It's going to ease things for Bo where you can open up the passing, but running the football is going to be key. I think you can run the football on this Summit Academy team. Defensively, they're a little bit soft up front, so if you can establish the run early on in the game and then open things passing-wise, I think you're going to make life easy on Bo.
Maybe a little bit depleted, Emery, in tonight's game, but we can talk about two kids that we know will be playing. They are potential game changers. That's both Traxton and Garrett Conover, both in uniform tonight, and that's huge for Emery.
Yeah, you got to get the ball in their hands. You got to get space for them. They can use that speed. The separation is going to be there. I think the corners for Summit Academy are not as great as it might seem out there, so you can pass the ball, you can get the separation, you can work the ball down the field.
So Emery comes into tonight's game with a record of 3-6 overall. They went 2-2 in region play. That was good enough to grab the number 5 seed in the 2A state tournament. So a bye last week. Now, tonight's opponent, Summit Academy, they will enter as the number 4 seed. And that's why we are here at Summit Academy High School tonight, because they are the designated home team, being the higher seed. One of the elements, and we'll get to this a little bit later on here in the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show when we had a chance to catch up with Coach John Famalo earlier this week, we talked about the dynamic offense of Summit Academy. They tend to give up points, but you know what? They can score, and they can score in a hurry. They raced out to a 5-5 record during the regular season. They went 3-1 in region play. And another thing to pinpoint with this Summit Academy Bears team, their only division setback came in overtime to South Summit, 41-34. They're an overtime away from being region champions, and not in this game with Emery tonight.
Yeah, they are a team that can put points up, but then again, defensively, they are a little bit relaxed. You can put points back on them. So I expect a shootout back and forth. Who comes out, who doesn't turn the football over. And when you have possession of the football, you've got to make the most of it and put up points. It's one of those games where if you have the ball, you don't put up points, and it sets you back, then you're down 7, and then you come back out. If you get down in this game 14 or so, you're in big trouble.
Now, one thing about Summit Academy, if we talk about what they do well offensively, they have playmakers on the outside. They have big, I know they got a dual threat quarterback, and we can talk about him in just a moment, but they have big weapons on the outside. And it all starts with Beckham Meredith. He's averaging about 90 yards per game. And then you have the big tight end and Bo Edmonds, playmaker. He's got some speed to go along with his size. He's averaging over 50 yards per game. These are big-time bodies that can make plays and get up down the field quickly, and that's not necessarily the best for a defense.
Yeah, they don't make mistakes in the offense. They just take their spots. So if it's soft in the zone, they're just going to dump the ball off. They're not worried about those big plays. They're going to pick you apart with dink and dunk. And then when they get you sucked in, they'll take their chances down the field. But they just do it, slowly and surely by working in the edges.
There's no complaints from you and I. I know that we are outside. We are high tonight. We're above the broadcast booth. We got the best view in the house, but it is a matinee kickoff, 4 o'clock rather than the traditional 7. That changes, I think, for just about everyone. You get into the routine. Maybe it's not as difficult coming off of the bye week the way both teams have, but it does seem a little weird to be playing football at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it does. The sun's up a little bit, so the wide receivers coming back to the football, working their way towards the end zone just to our left. You're going to have to look up into that sun for just a little bit as the cloud coverage is not there. So that's one thing, the elements there with the sun and just fighting through differently in the daytime than you would at the nighttime.
Well, it's Halloween. Trick or treat. Win or go home. That is what is at stake. Emery and Summit Academy will continue what has been a long history between these two teams, and everything is at stake tonight. A trip to Southern Utah University in Cedar City next week. We do have more coming up on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. As again, we are live from Summit Academy High School. Jordan Buscarini and Travis Anderson getting set to bring Emery High School football to you when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in Historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll. The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing service to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back into the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Counting down the moments to kick off here on a win or go home afternoon matinee edition as Emery is getting set to take on Summit Academy. Travis had an opportunity to catch up with head coach John Famalo earlier this week. You want to talk about someone that has had a lot of playoff success as of late? Look no further than Coach Famalo. The last 3 years have been great. You talked about the one mishap against Summit Academy. Outside of that, we've seen deep runs in the state tournament 2 out of the last 3 seasons.
That deep runs like you talk about, you get to the state championship game a couple times. Maybe one of those games you should have won. You feel like you had an opportunity, but yeah, he's had recent success as of late.
We'll see if Emery can continue that success tonight. Here's our interview earlier this week on KOAL's Drive Time Sports with head coach John Famalo.
Coach, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate the time, and here we go. It's tournament time.
Yeah, it's here. So, yeah, no, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, definitely, Coach. How did the bye week go for Emery High School? I know there's all these different ways you can look at it. Not too many teams get 2 bye weeks in one season, but we do, and we get them kind of on the bookends, right? One early on and one late.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's given us plenty of time to prepare, get a few guys healthy, and so it's been good that way to kind of, I think, just get these kids locked back in to, do the best we can to get them prepared for this game. I think that's, another week is huge preparation-wise. But, opposing team has the same thing, but it was good for us that way.
I think it's all in the context of the situation, right? I mean, I think there's been years where we didn't want a bye week, and there's been years where we've needed a bye week. I think there's been seasons where we've wanted one in the middle of the season and didn't have one, and years where we've had one and didn't want one. I mean, I guess it's all a different beast every year.
Yeah, I know it is. It's just one of those. It is how it is, and so again, we'll take it how it comes. So, we're fortunate to have the bye week, I think, this year. But at this time, like you say, it's been nice to play. But we're just, happy to still be playing right now, and excited for the challenge we have in front of us.
Coach, if we go back to last week, or 2 weeks ago, rather, I know it's always better to go into the bye week following a win, and it was still a real thrilling game. In fact, I think it was one of the better games that we have seen throughout the classification all year long. How much did that provide kind of that extra oomph for this team going into the state tournament, knowing, hey, we closed the season out with a win, and it was a hard-fought win at that?
Yeah, I mean, it was our last home game. It was senior night, so it was good to be able to finish on a good note that way for the seniors and, end up on a positive for a season. And so I think it just got hopefully the momentum going for us. I think it was, the big thing for those kids, was setting some goals for themselves, and getting that accomplished was a huge thing for them. And so, it's the same thing this week. There's want to take it one game at a time, but I think it's a great opportunity to end on a positive note and take a little bit of momentum coming into the playoffs.
I think momentum is a real thing. I know in today's world of analytics, a lot of people want to ignore that. That kind of goes against all the numbers. And maybe you agree, maybe you don't, Coach. I've been around the game long enough to know, no, momentum is a real thing. Confidence is a real thing. I don't care what a computer says in that realm.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the one stat they can't really keep track of. And like I say, a little bit of confidence, and those two things go hand in hand, momentum and confidence. Those two things are, like I say, they're not statted, but can certainly help you a ton with just mindset and attitude and preparedness that way. So, I think that's what our kids have going for them right now, is a little bit of that.
Coach, if we go back and we kind of look at the regular season as a whole, and maybe we can even divide this up from the beginning of the year to where we're at the end of the year. In what stages do you believe, or aspects of the game rather, has this team grown that will be beneficial once we get into the playoffs? And I know that's a vague question, but you see so much growth over the course of 9-10 weeks that maybe there's an aspect of this team that you're really happy with as we get to this stage.
Probably the biggest thing for me is seeing these kids grow throughout the season, just their adaptability. I mean, we say we've had numerous injuries, and so we've had to shuffle the deck with different people in different positions. And so, the adaptability of these kids is saying, okay, hey, well, we are who we are, we have who we have, and let's shuffle things around. And so I think that has been kind of the thing that I think we can hang our hat on this year, is that these kids have, stepped forward and took whatever challenge it is, whoever it was, and whatever position they needed to be. And so, I think that's going to bode well for us, because, like I say, things are going to continue to change here through the playoffs. And so it's just one of those things I think our kids have learned, and I think it's not only going to be beneficial not here and on the football field, but I think just life in general, because you don't always – results are always the measurables, but being able to adapt to the challenge you have and how you deal with it, I think that's a big thing.
It's versatility, right? And that's something that I don't know that versatility is really something that gets thrown around. That word doesn't get thrown around a lot with football, but we have learned this over the last, 10, 15 years, right? When you take a look at high school football in rural areas, you have to be versatile. You have to have a team full of versatility.
Yeah, no, and that's been the great thing about these kids. They've bought into it, and they, in their mind, again, you may be thinking, I'm going to play this position and get this much time, and just having that ability for them to switch that and be fine with it and buy into the whole team atmosphere, that's a positive thing for me.
Again, our guest right now is Coach John Famala with the Emery High School football team. Coach, let's jump ahead to Friday's game. Early kickoff, 4 p.m. We get Summit Academy. It's a team that we are very familiar with. In fact, you and I were talking about this off the cuff. It's funny how it seems like certain teams just always find a way to run into one another. And the last time we saw this team, it's always a difficult battle. I mean, I don't think it matters what sport we're talking about, but it's funny how these two football programs always find their way to one another.
Yeah, it's honestly come down to them. 2 years ago they knocked us off in a quarterfinal here. Last year we beat them in semifinal, go to a championship game, and so just seems like we're always running to each other. And so we're way familiar with them. Coach Stout does a good job, and so familiar with those guys over there and what they do. And so, it's a challenge. It seems like every time it's a battle. And so, I expect the same, Friday.
I know that we kind of expected this right after the Delta game. We kind of expected this is where we would be. We would be going on the road. We would get that first round bye. It would be Summit Academy. We'd be put in the upper half of the bracket, which is a path not only to Summit Academy, but through San Juan as well. I mean, it's an absolute brutal stretch. You probably can't really look at it in that sense, Coach. I'm sure you got to take it 1 week at a time. But when the final RPI came out and you saw it was Summit Academy, what's your initial thought?
No, like I say, I think we kind of had that in mind. I mean, coming in was winning that Delta game. I think we knew we'd probably solidify ourselves in that 5 spot, and then just kind of who everybody was playing and who they ended up with. We knew, win or loss, it would probably end up in that 4 spot. And so, I think we kind of had an idea of where it was going to lay out. And so it was just like, okay, here we go, Summit Academy again, but what are we going to do? And so and it was all about prepping, for these last 2 weeks. And so that's honestly the mindset we've had these last couple of weeks is, hey, what do we need to do to make sure our kids are prepared to be able to win this game.
If we look at this team as a whole, we'll start on the offensive side of the ball. They average about 35 points a game, Coach. They're pretty electric on that end, and they got a lot of weapons. And they can, again, I feel like we say this a lot, but it is the truth. I mean, they can beat you a number of different ways, specifically on the outside. I mean, they got some big bodies, and I know that that really enables this passing game when you got 3 or 4 kids that are hovering around that 50-yard per game mark. I mean, that's nice balance. There's no question.
Yeah, no, they've got some unique talent over there. They've got some. They run the ball well. They throw the ball well. Quarterback throws a really nice ball, and they got some receivers that can catch the ball and get down the field and really stretch it. So, it's a challenge when you know that both aspects. You try to take away one. Teams usually better at one than the other. But these guys do. They run the ball well and they pass the ball well. So it's like, how do you try to, slay a 2-headed monster? And it's just one of those. You got to make sure you try to prep as best you can these kids to make sure they understand situations and when obvious pass plays are down and when obvious run plays, and try to get that mindset of what are the keys, what are we looking for, to make sure, again, because if you don't, they'll take advantage, and they do a really good job with that. Like I say, they put a lot of points on the board, and they're explosive. So, we got our work cut out for us.
In games where they have fallen short, the one thing that stands out to me is the amount of points that they have given up. And I think that there's, again, context matters, right? Who are you playing? Not all schedules are created equally. But in games that they have lost, Coach, it seems like that magic number is around 4 touchdowns. And maybe you can't pinpoint that exact number, but it does seem like if you can score 4 touchdowns on this team, you put yourself in a very strong spot. They are prone to giving up big points.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is one of those. I think if we could, score, that's a big thing. And so, like I say, looking at that stat, it kind of points towards that. They will give up some points. And so, again, anytime we have an opportunity to be able to take advantage or to keep their offense off the field, that might be your best defense. And so, putting points on the board is going to be important for sure. And so, and having enough points, because like I say, I don't know if we're going to be able to stop every aspect of it, but if we can control it and then, like I say, try to keep them off the field as much as we can, that's probably the recipe for us to be successful.
Does that mean that you have to be a little bit more aggressive in certain instances, Coach, where, you and I have talked about taking points, kicking field goals. We have a capable field goal kicker, but knowing that you're going to have to score a lot of points to win a game like this, does that mean you have to be maybe more prone to going for it on a 4th and short situation inside field goal range? Or is that something that as a coach, you wait for the moment to see what it feels like in your gut?
Honestly, I think it's a situation thing, honestly, as a coach, but I think it is one of those things you got to consider is, okay, hey, with an explosive offense, you got a 4th and short, you're in your territory, you might be best trying to get some points, and more than 3 points on the board, because, they may score quick, or, they're really explosive, so keeping them off and eating clock, that I think that makes more sense, against a team like this. So for us, I mean, all bets are off, and it's one of those you can't save anything. And so we got to we got to pull all stops and do what we can to put points on the board. And so, that's what we're going to do.
I always look at things or try to look at things from the other team's perspective as well, right? Because here we are prepping for this game, but I think in the same notion, if you're Coach Wilbur, you take a look at the way things panned out and you say, man, we're an overtime game away from probably being the 2 seed, and now we have to go up against Emery, where it's been a mixed bag really over the last 10 or so years. We get one, they get one. We get one, they get one. And so, while we have to travel on the road, I'm sure they're not too thrilled being the 4 seed and having to see a team that's been a thorn in their side.
Yeah, I don't think they're looking at us as an easy out. I think our record doesn't look great, but I think he knows the caliber of kids we have and the program we have, and it's not going to be an easy one for them. So, I think they're prepping pretty hard to see what they can do to take advantage of situations or personnel that we have, and so we got to make sure we're really mindful of that and doing our best to mitigate that.
Well, it's definitely playoff time, Coach. It's always a pleasure to get you on. Always fun to look ahead to what we have in store this week. Can't wait to see you at the game on Friday. And as always, I appreciate you taking out the time.
Hey, no problem. Look forward to it, Jordan. Thank you.
Again, that was our interview earlier this week with Emery High School football coach John Famalo. We are about 4 minutes away, Travis. Before we send it back out to the studio, I want to get your final thoughts, what Emery has to do to get a victory out here this afternoon.
Yeah, Emery's got to run the football. They can't turn the football over, and defensively, they've got to force a turnover or two.
And not give up the big dynamic plays, right? Which this Summit Academy team is very capable.
They're very electric. They can score at any time. They've got speed, like we talked about. They've got great wide receivers. You just can't let that big play happen to get this crowd into it.
Coin flip is about to take place at the 50-yard line. When we return, we'll go over the results of the coin flip and get you set for the final logistics ahead of kickoff. It's Emery High School football. Let's hear on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM, on YouTube at Castle Country Radio Emery, and of course on the KSL Sports app and KSL Sports.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
We are just about set to go here at Summit Academy High. Now, the Bears did win the flip. They elected to defer, and so Emery is going to get first crack at it this afternoon, and the Spartans will be moving right to left of the radio dial. Again, always a pleasure to be along with you as we get another do-or-die football game. Travis, we are set to go, another state tournament. There's nothing like it. Even if it is these 4 o'clock kickoffs, a little bit odd. It's still a little bit difficult to get used to.
Yeah, it really is different. Everything is adjusted, so we'll see which team comes out, which team can establish early on in the game.
Summit Academy gets their running start. They'll kick off from the 40, end over end kick, back deep towards the goal line, and this one will float into the end zone, touchback. And the easiest way to keep it out of the dynamic hands of Garrett Conover is to put it past the goal line. Emery will take over at the 20-yard line. Spartans come out wearing their road white uniforms. They got the white bottoms, but the black helmets. Summit Academy coming out wearing the navy blue laced with gold and then the white pants. You talked about the sun and how this is going to adjust things, at least for a little while. It's going to be shining bright, not too used to this. Team showing a great sportsmanship. They shake hands up front. Logan Huntington staying at the left tackle spot. Here comes a man in motion. It's Conover, so a split back formation for Emery. And quarterback Bo Stilson. Snap, handoff, and it's Conover. Conover with the ball, gets beyond the line of scrimmage, but not much more. 1 yard gain sets up 2nd down and 9.
Early on, it's trying to establish the run. That's what I want to see out of this offense. They've got to run the football today to have success.
Garrett Conover is taking an increased role out of the backfield and has also been great in the open field on the outside at wide receiver. I think he's been one of the most versatile players next to Bo Stilson on this offensive unit. Emery will come out with one man on the backfield, 2 wideouts near side. Conover in the slot. Closest to us on the outside is Jaden Atwood. Stilson out of the shotgun set. 4 men down for Summit Academy. Atwood will come in motion left to right. Snap, fake jet sweep. Stilson's going to take it himself. 25-30. Cuts it back inside, and he's tackled at the 35-yard line. Looked as if he was going to be able to get to the outside. Instead, he cuts it back in. Plenty of yardage for the first down. Past the 35. It's 1st and 10 at the 36 for Emery.
But if he keeps it to the outside, he's probably into the end zone. But he cuts it back into the end zone. But if he keeps it outside, he probably picks up 10, 15 more yards. But that's a great play design on 2nd down to pick up the first down.
It is a little difficult to see that scoreboard the way the sun is shining. 10 minutes and 50 ticks left here in the opening quarter. Here comes some motion for Emery. Stilson again out of the shotgun set. 2 wideouts left side. 4 down linemen. Stilson's going to take the snap. He'll run it himself. He's past the 40, still on his feet, chugging forward. He's got first down yardage again. Bo Stilson on a 12-yard pickup. Emery's got the ball at their own 48-yard line. It is 1st and 10 once again.
Now, we said it in the pregame. You can have success running the football on this front. And you can see early on they're trying to establish the run. They're having success.
1st down and 10. And again, this is what Bo Stilson can do. Now here we go out of the Wildcat formation. Conover will line up at the quarterback spot. He's actually going to go up underneath center, takes the snap. This is a quarterback keeper up the middle. I don't know how you guard this.
You know,
if you're Summit Academy. Conover gets it onto Summit Academy's side of the field. He's now the Bears' 48-yard line, 2nd down. Good yardage of roughly 4 yards on 1st down to set up 2nd down and 6.
Get up under center right and just go forward, follow your offensive line. They push forward, and you pick up 4 or 5 yards.
Pay attention to Michael Ilijic. Again, Illy was in the backfield that go-around. Different looks all the way around for this Emery roster. No Trig Jensen, no A.J. Thomas, and so far we've seen Conover line up under center, as well as Bo Stilson, who is going to be the primary quarterback in today's game. Emery taking their time to get this one in. Stilson is up over on the sideline, and I believe Emery's going to run this clock down and take a timeout. I'm wondering if it was a helmet issue with Bo Stilson, but there they go. They run the play clock down. They take a timeout. It's 2nd down and 6 for Emery on Summit Academy's side of the field. We'll take the timeout with them here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Emery is marching on their first drive of the ballgame.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
The Spartans play here.
Hesson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Out of the timeout for Emery, it is 2nd down and 6. Stilson takes the snap, goes back to Conover. This time the Bears are waiting for Conover. They will give him about a yard. And so we're looking at 2nd down and 5, but they were waiting for it that go-around, Travis.
And not fooled at all. They all stayed at home. They get in the backfield, and they push forward and push back to allow no gain. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 4.5, 5 yards now. So this is a big 3rd down early on in the game.
First time Emery's been faced with 3rd down yardage. Stilson out of the shotgun, one on the backfield, takes the snap, quarterback draw. Bo gets to the outside. He's close to the first down, Well, it was a high grab of the jersey, no flag, close to the first down stick. It is fourth down, but you would expect this to be four-down territory for Emery as they have the ball inside Summit Academy's 45 down to the 43-yard line, and they got to get to the 42 and a half.
I think you just go right back, quarterback sneak, push forward, tush, push, whatever you want to do here, but don't get too fancy.
Conover will go up underneath center. It is an empty backfield. He's going to put his head down. He'll push forward. He's got the first down and a whole lot more. Rugby-style scrum. He's up to the 40 on a gain of 3. 1st and 10. Spartans move the sticks on what's been an impressive opening drive so far. No passing, all on the ground.
Yeah, you said it, impressive. Opening drive. You run the football. Right now, they're having problems up front trying to stop the run. You pick up a fresh set of downs, first down at the Summit 40-yard line. And this is how you can open things up in your passing attack.
Stilson once again out of the shotgun, trips left side, one man on the right, that's Cray Leroy. There is no safety help. Pay attention to that if they want to try to take the top off the defense. Nope, instead it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Stilson gets to the outside, and he's good for roughly a gain of 5, ball to the 35-yard line. Yes, this is very similar to the way Notre Dame opened their drive against Ohio State in the national championship a year ago. We're just going to ground and pound right up the gut, and every now and then take a quarterback design keeper to the outside.
He stumbled coming out of his break too, but kept his feet upright and picked up 5 yards to the 35.
Leroy will come out now to the left, and again, man-to-man coverage. Owen Burkett will pick him up. There is no safety help. You would get a true one-on-one if you want it. Summit Academy in a man set. Snap, handoff, jet sweep. It's gone over. He's got room to run to the 30, 25, cuts up, 25, 15, 10. He is tackled inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8. Red zone visit for the Spartans.
A bunch of missed tackles up front leads to that run. But we got a penalty flag, a hold on the outside.
And that will kill what was potentially a huge, huge play for Emery around the end. That flag is thrown back at the 28-yard line, and Travis, you have to wonder how this is going to affect the drive in which Emery has been exclusively on the ground. And now you are back, not behind the sticks, but it is a 2nd and 8 from where that flag was thrown. Ball back now at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, just not necessary. You don't need a hold on that. He already broke free. You don't have to hold. He already had, the containment broke.
7 minutes, 31 ticks left in the opening quarter. No score. Emery's opening drive approaching 5 minutes. Stilson out of the split back formation. He's got Garrett Conover to the left. Traxton Conover to the right. Traxton will go in motion. Bo's going to throw for the first time. He's under pressure, and he is sacked back on his own side of the field. That time, Summit Academy decides to bring heavy pressure, and it pays off.
I think Bo turned the wrong way and then loses his footing, and as he's trying to regain, there's nowhere for him to go. That's a sack, and that's a huge sack after the hold.
So now Emery in a must-pass situation, unless you view it as 4 down and you try to get as much as you possibly can on 3rd, but still, you are backed way up. On their own 48, they have to get to the Summit Academy 30. Stilson out of the shotgun set. One man in the backfield, trips right side, takes the snap. Bo was going to run it right side. Summit Academy was waiting for it. Bo with a stiff arm onto the Bears side of the field, brought down at the 47-yard line. And so now we are looking at 4th down and roughly 17 for Emery. And so the penalty proved to be the drive breaker, Travis. You almost have to play perfect football in that sense against this athletic Summit Academy team, and it was fine up until that particular moment. It takes away a potential red zone visit, and now you got a punt near midfield.
Yeah, penalties and sacks will take you out of drives, and we had both on back-to-back plays. You got a punt, so the drive stalls out.
Atwood to boot this one away. Jaden's been money in this realm all season long. Beautiful bounce. It takes a Spartan roll to the 15-yard line. That negates Beckham Meredith's potential return, and you pay attention to Beckham Meredith as we get a look at this Summit Academy offense for the very first time. Of course, they are led by quarterback Preston Makoviak, who is, well, all around a dual-threat quarterback, to say the least.
You talk about Beckham Meredith, the junior, so electric. He plays outside linebacker. He plays that wide receiver spot. He's got speed. He's got size. And you've got to, contain him as much as you can.
Makoviak out of the shotgun set. Summit Academy loves to spread it out. They call for a man in motion. They'll keep it on the ground on first down. This goes for decent yardage out past the 20, just shy of the 25-yard line. And that was Liam Larson, his first carry of the ball game. It's 2nd down and 1 on a gain of 9.
Now, right up the gut goes Liam Larson. So their first play from scrimmage goes for 9 yards.
Coach Fumalo putting an emphasis on the secondary, not giving up the big plays around the outside. Emery's secondary today, Corbin Ward along with Jaden Atwood, and then you got Craig Leroy at safety and Jacob Morris at defensive back. Handoff to Larson once again, stays low to the ground, pad level, dives past the 25 to the 27, and that is more than enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10 Bears.
Now you can see the Bears just methodically, just 2 plays, run the football, pick up the first down.
Been a very fast-moving quarter up to this point with both teams trying to assert themselves on the ground. 5:26 and counting in the first quarter. First offensive set for the Bears. Makoviak out of the shotgun again. This time a jet sweep trying to shift it back in. What a play by Conover. Boy, he stuck his hand out, and that saved a potential big play as Braden Dieters, the receiver, was getting ready to take that around the end. Give Conover a round of applause. Not an easy stop to make, but Travis sticks the arm out with that big palm, brings him down for a loss of 3.
That's a big play right there. You get in the backfield, nowhere to go for the running back, and Conover throws him to the turf for a loss of 3 yards.
Trips left side. That brings man-to-man with Meredith. There is safety help. That's Craig Leroy. Back to pass. Makoviak, pump fake. Wants to go into the flats. Intended for Larson. And it bounces off his hands, incomplete. 3rd down and long now for the Bears. You know the first option is to go to Meredith. And again, I think you got to pay attention to both Jacob Morris and Craig Leroy. Safety help dropping down. If he drops down, they're going to try to rip through the seam. That was excellent defense, stayed at home, and that forced Makoviak to try to find Larson in the open.
Yeah, it's better that he dropped the football anyways, because if he catches it, he's going to lose 3, maybe 4 yards. So you take the incompletion to make this 3rd down.
Trips right side, man-to-man off of the left here for the Bears. It is 3rd down and 13, 4:43 to play in the opening quarter. Here comes Emery off the blitz. Meekum unable to get home. Makoviak goes back to the flats, taken down to the open field. That time it's Traxton Conover. He hits Larson as soon as he comes down with a reception, and now the Bears will have to boot this one away. They're a good 5 yards behind the sticks, 4th down and long.
Negative plays, both teams take them out of drives, and we got back-to-back punts.
Both teams trying to find their rhythm early on. 4:17 left here in the opening quarter, and Emery about to get their second possession. Now the Spartans have 2 back. Leffler will stand at the 40. Leroy is back deep. That punt was nearly blocked. It's not a long punt. Leroy calls for the fair catch, and Emery will take over near midfield at their own 48-yard line. I don't think you can ask for anything more out of that defense. That was a fascinating opening drive for Emery.
Now they get the defensive stop. Defensively, they got in the backfield, they caused the loss, and they forced the punt to give the offense a shot here just shy of midfield.
Let's see if the the offense can complement the defense. Again, the ball near midfield. 4 down linemen here for Summit Academy. Emery is going to roll trips right side, 1 to the left. And again, it's Atwood. He'll face man-to-man this time with Burkett. No safety help up on top. Summit Academy going to roll with 7 in the box. Handoff. This one goes to Conover, and Traxton gets it on to Summit Academy side of the field up to the 48-yard line, so a decent pickup of 4 yards to set up 2nd and 6.
Good job on first down to pick up positive yards to get past midfield into Summit territory.
I hate the term game manager because it's so cliche in the game of football, but that's exactly what Bo Stilson is doing. Not too much, doing exactly what he needs to do, shortening this game with 3.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. He's got 2 in the backfield. Garrett and Traxton Conover split back, 2 wideouts right side. Handoff this time to Garrett. Tries to bounce it to the outside edge. He does so successfully. Hard-nosed run. He is right at the first down stick. According to the mark, would be about a half a yard short, but a good gain of 5.5 to set up 3rd and extremely short. And if you were inside 3rd and 2, I think Emery's right on schedule this afternoon with the way they want to run the football.
Yeah, he got spun around, but he kept his feet moving, and then he just spins out of it, falls backwards, and came shy of the first down. So, like you said, 3rd and about 1.5, 2 yards.
Traxton Conover goes to the sideline. Gideon Meekum, the senior, will come in. So add some extra beef up front. Garrett Conover in the backfield. Bo Stilson keeps it himself. He easily has the first down on the quarterback keeper. He is just shy of the 40-yard line of the 41. 1st and 10. Emery moved the sticks with 2:44 to play in the scoreless first quarter.
They've run that play, 3 times now, and they've picked up a first down twice on it.
stoppage as we get the chain set. That will allow Summit Academy to make a sub. Isaac Barrett will run into the field as Ian Hall comes off. Pay attention to the Summit Academy defense and the way they really want to stack the box. 7 once again, trying to make it difficult for Emery. Jess Larson is going to move into the slot. We've called Larson's name a ton on defense, not so much on the offensive side of the ball. Emery moving motion all the way around. Gideon Meekum will join a split back formation, and now he'll motion outside. Stilson back to pass. Looks left, rolls right. Bo in trouble, fires on the run, completes a pass. Caught over inside the 25-yard line down to the 23. Bo Stilson moved the defense to the left, rolled out right, and delivered a dime on the run. 1st and 10 Spartans as they are knocking on the door of the red zone with 2:11 to play in the first.
Survey the field, buy time, and then roll out, and you keep rolling out. You move the defense like you said with your eyes, and then you make the completion for another first down for Emery.
Trips left side this go around for Emery. Leroy will have man-to-man coverage off of the right side. One man in the backfield that's gone over. Traxton. Bo will roll left. He's looking. He's going to keep it himself inside the 20. Spins away from a couple of would-be tacklers. He's brought down at the 17. So a big gain once again on first down for Emery. That's a gain of 6 to set up 2nd down and 4. First down yardage has been huge for Emery on both of their drives here in the first quarter as we hit the final 90 seconds.
Yeah, positive yards when you're picking up 4 or 5 makes things a lot easier on short down situations like 2nd and short, 3rd and short.
Garrett Conover in the backfield. Stilson is up underneath center. Takes a snap, end around. Goes to Larson, who is stopped shy. Well, he's right back at the line of scrimmage.
Beckham Meredith in there on the tackle. We're going to be calling his name an awful lot tonight.
Meredith?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a ball player.
Boston Wilbur as well in there.
We hit the 1-minute mark, or at least near it. 1:03 to be exact here in the first quarter. 3rd down for Emery. About 4 yards shy of the first down stick. They have to get just inside the 14-yard line. Ball right now is placed at the 17. Stilson will go shotgun. He's got Traxton Conover to the right. Snap, handoff, Conover, patient run, close to the first down marker. I believe he's got plenty for the first down. Nope, I take that back. They rule him just shy. And now Emery is faced with a 4th down and less than a yard. They do not have to run another play if they would like to, if they don't want to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd let the clock roll down. Go into the quarter.
Yardage obviously plays a factor here with it being 4th down and 1. Watch the hard snap. I think Emery would run this play clock or game clock out. Bo Stilson is out on the sideline, and I think Emery's just going to bring it back. We're not going to get a snap here to end the opening quarter. It was fast. It took about 15 minutes of real time, and we have no score, although Emery is inside the 15-yard line. 4th down and less than a yard when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM. It's 2A quarterfinal action from Summit Academy.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next vehicle. They offer guaranteed lowest prices. Come check out the selection of Ford F-Series trucks, including America's most popular truck, the Ford F-150.
We have them all right here in Price. Stop in and see us for a different experience.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
We switch sides as we go into the second quarter. Less than a yard to go for Emery as they are inside the Summit Academy 15. Once we get these chains situated. Move the ball marker here, and we are set to go. Stilson will be right up underneath center. It is about a full yard now that we can see from our angle. So here is a monumental play for Emery to keep what has been another impressive drive alive. It was a short one near midfield. Meekum will transition out of the eye now. Here we go. Stilson under center. Emery's going to hand it off. Conover easily picks up the first down. He dives forward to the 11-yard line. Not a goal-to-go situation. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11 for Emery.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Go power football. You go left side, pick up the first down. You can still get a first down at the 1-yard line.
That means Emery can run off even more clock. They are very interested, as you can tell, in just really eating clock and sticking true to their game plan with quarterback Bo Stilson. He's got Traxton Conover with him in the backfield. Emery will roll 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Man coming in motion, it's Larson. There's the handoff. Larson takes the jet sweep close to the 10-yard line, gain of 2, so it's 2nd down and 8. What you're seeing is a lot of versatility. They didn't give him anything on that, actually. I thought they were going to spot that at the 10. Instead, they mark it back at the line of scrimmage at the 11. But again, Travis, the versatility on display tonight for Emery. A lot of kids having to do different things, and Larson is one of those kids as he takes the jet sweep.
It looks like he had some room, and then it sealed off quick for no gain.
2nd down and 10. Here comes the motion man. It's Atwood. Fake it to Atwood. Stilson will run it himself. He's got good yardage inside the 10 up to the 6-yard line, so a gain of 5. 3rd down and 5 for Emery from the 6. You have to get to the 1 to get that fresh set. And right now the crowd not really into it. It's quiet. Got that different afternoon vibe as we have mentioned several times. 2 minutes gone by, nearly 2 minutes gone by here in the 2nd quarter. Emery's first trip to the red zone. We thought we were going to have one last go around, but a penalty brought it back. One man in the backfield, it's Traxton Conover. Garrett Conover is going to run in motion right to left. Pass into the flats. Conover makes 1-2 miss, dives forward, gets into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Emery! Garrett Conover comes in motion, takes the pass from Bo Stilson, and Emery draws first blood with 10:13 to play in the 2nd quarter.
You go motion, then you just kick it to the flat, and then athletes doing things as he uses the speed, the agility, the size, and he bounces into the end zone for the first 6 points.
And it comes with 10:13 to play in the first half. Atwood to attempt the PAT. Stilson will hold. Snap is good. Hold is good. And the kick splits the uprights. Emery 7, Summit Academy nothing.
Yeah, he hit that burger truck over the fence.
Emery will kick off to Summit Academy, and the Bears will have their second opportunity when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
7-0 Emery, 10:13 to play in the first half. And Atwood will tee it up and boot it from the 40. 2 impressive drives for Emery. Summit Academy having a difficult time adjusting to this new-look Spartan offense with quarterback Bo Stilson. This one, a wobbly kick, takes a bounce and dies at the 15 and then trickles out of bounds. And so a legal procedure against Emery will give Summit Academy good field position to start their second drive.
Yeah, last defensive stop for Emery, they forced a punt, and then they take advantage offensively as they work their way down the field, and they get that 6-yard touchdown pass off the swing pass for the first 6 points, add the extra points, 7-0 lead.
Well, we talked about Garrett Conover, who has his fingerprints all over this game early on, and Travis, he's the first to touch pay dirt this afternoon.
It's a great play call. You just get him coming across in motion. The corner's trailing, and then he doesn't get over there in time. You flip it to the outside. Great blocking up front, sealed the edge, and into the end zone.
Makoviak, the quarterback, hands it off to Larson. Larson picks his spots past the 40, dives forward to the 42-yard line. And so a good pickup on first down for Summit Academy. They had success running the ball on their first drive and then reverted to the passing game. And that's where Emery gave them all kinds of fits, really containing the outside edges. Makoviak has Larson again in the backfield. Dallin Taylor will come out to the left side. Pay attention out here. Instead, it's a handoff to Larson, and he dives forward. Gideon Meekum had the initial contact, but Larson's able to put his head down, dive forward. He's got just enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10, Summit Academy at the 45.
Bears keep it on the ground. 2 plays, pick up the first down. So we can see that back and forth we go. Both teams just going to go through it. They're going to take time off the clock. They're going to run the football, and then eventually they're going to take their shot through the air.
I think this Emery defense content with giving up yardage in between the tackles. They don't want Summit Academy to get big yardage on the outside. And right as I say that, Gideon Meekum into the backfield again as he makes contact with Larson at the line of scrimmage. They give Larson forward progress, a gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9 now from the 46. Summit Academy on their own side of the field, marching right to left on the radio dial.
Yeah, Larson thought he could squeeze through. The hole seals up quickly, and the Emery defense suffocates him for only a gain of 1.
Just over 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. If you are just joining us, 7-0 Emery. They scored their first touchdown just moments ago as we were in a scoreless tie at the end of 1. Makoviak. Shoulder high snap, gives it to Larson. Larson's got a big gap. He's on to Emery's side of the field, past the 45, bulldozing past would-be tacklers and brought down at the 41-yard line.
That's just effort right there. He keeps the feet moving. He spins out of a couple tackles, falls forward to the Emery side of things, just shy of the 40-yard line.
It is 7-0 Emery, 8.5 to play in the second. That sun shining right on the scoreboard. So we'll try to keep you updated on that. Makoviak out of the shotgun. He's got Larson to the right. Twins each side. Man coming in motion. That's Meredith. Instead, the handoff to Larson again. Patient run. And somehow he manages to dance his way forward for roughly 4 yards to set up 2nd and 6. Travis, that is a very patient run.
It is. He looks up. He tries to bounce outside. Then he cuts back inside. He picks up positive yards. So 7:56 enrolled here in the second quarter. And they've got a 2nd down and about 6 to go.
Larson, the senior, only 5'7", stays very low to the ground. And again, he can make you miss. Makoviak out of the shotgun, goes back to Larson. He's got room on the outside, cuts it back up to the 30, now to the 25, and brought down at that spot. 1st and 10. The Bears are now marching towards the red zone. And again, it's a drive that has been exclusively on the ground.
Yeah, Leroy makes the tackle in the backfield. But again, they keep it on the ground. We're going to see an awful lot of this, I think, throughout the game where they're just going to keep pounding the football on the ground. And then eventually you're going to see them take that shot one-on-one down the sideline.
Twins left, handoff to Larson, left side to the 20-yard line. Ilijic made the contact, and after he hit Larson, he stumbled forward another 2 yards and falls down at the 19-yard line. So a red zone trip here for the Bears. Good first down yardage of 7 yards at 2nd and 3 as we near the 7-minute mark. And again, Summit Academy in business with a very impressive second drive.
They're answering that touchdown back. And this offense, we know, they can strike in a hurry.
Larson lines up left side of Makoviak, handoff. He goes right off tackle, spin move, close to the 15-yard line, brought down at the 16. But again, good yardage. It is 3rd down and 1. Summit Academy right on schedule. We have gotten a heavy dose of Larson on this drive. Makoviak out of the shotgun set. Bunch formation, snap, handoff. Larson wants to go to the edge. Emery was ready for it, but then Larson is able to cut it back beautifully. Gets up now to the 12-yard line. Not a goal-to-go situation, but 1st and 10 for the Bears as we hit the 6:19 mark of the first half.
That's the second time he's patient where he stops and he looks up, and instead of cutting back, he cuts to the outside and then comes back inside, picks up the first down to the 12-yard line.
No reason to believe that Larson is not the man that's going to finish this drive off for the Bears. Bunch once again, man lined up left side. It's Larson. They're trying to draw Emery offsides, but the hard snap, Emery not budging. Makoviak, helmet high, pitch, now gives it to Larson. He wants to go to the inside. Nothing's there. He tried to go to the outside, and he ran into Jess Larson for a gain of only 1 yard. Larson has been everywhere defensively this year. We talked to Coach Famalo about him a week ago. I asked Coach, what is it about these defensive players where you find success with the freshmen and the sophomore? It seems like there's always one on this team that has a great sophomore or freshman campaign and we get excited about for the next few years? Well, Larson has been that kid this year.
Yeah, he stonewalled him right at the point of the attack.
And off to Larson. Patient run. Splits two
Ball's on the
defenders.
turf.
Fumbled the football at the 1-yard line, and I believe Emery recovered. Waiting for the official ruling from the officials. They have yet to make a call. Emery says they have it at the 1. The question is, was Larson's knee down? The officials are still talking about it, and they will give it to Emery. Summit Academy turns the ball over at the 1-yard line as Larson appeared to be on his way to the end zone.
Yeah, that ball was punched free, and you could just see it lying on the turf, and Emery pounces on it. They forced the turnover as it looked like Summit's going into the end zone. Turnover Emery football up 7-0.
Now the Spartans will start this drive inside their own 1-yard line. I would not be surprised to see 3 quarterback sneaks at all with Bo Stilson. But as I say that, Stilson appears like he's going to be in the shotgun. Now he's going to come up underneath center. Emery right now with a little bit of confusion on the offensive side of the ball. Bo will now move out of the quarterback spot, and Conover will come up underneath center. Conover will take the quarterback keeper himself. Flag comes out. It appeared there was some early movement from Emery, and if that's the case, they're going to have the ball literally pinned up against their own goal line.
I think somebody flinched on the line. Just didn't have on the line of scrimmage. So I think it's going to be a legal formation, if anything.
Call a false start. Legal formation on Emery's call. Or a legal formation.
Yeah, it just wasn't on the line. You could see it from up here. You could see him yelling, trying to get at them said. Late coming on with the sob, and just didn't get set on the line of scrimmage.
5:07 left in the first half. Emery 7, Summit Academy nothing. So now Emery again with that ball pinned up directly on their goal line. They got to create a little bit of space. Bo Stilson gets to the outside and picks up 4 yards. Boy, he went right up the gut, spun off, got to the left side, does create a little bit of space. That penalty resulted, it was about a half a yard penalty.
It doesn't.
It didn't necessarily affect Emery.
No, you can't move the football. The ball was sitting right on the goal line anyways. What are you going to do? I mean.
So a gain of 3. Now give it a gain of 4 if you want to give them that yard or half a yard. And so now Emery faced with a 2nd and 7.
Timeout.
Timeout on the field as we near the 4.5-minute mark. Clock is still moving. They're going to stop the clock. They stop it at 4:27. Timeout on the field. Emery 7, Summit Academy nothing. It's been a very entertaining first half. We'll pause for 30 seconds. It'll be Emery ball, 2nd and 7 when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
The Spartans play here.
Hudson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
2nd and 7, Emery out of the timeout. They're backed up inside their own 5-yard line. 4:27 to play in the second. Trying to take advantage of the Summit Academy turnover, which came at the 1-yard line as they were ready to score. Man coming in motion, Stilson out of the shotgun set. Bo's going to keep it himself. Summit Academy not fooled at all. Bo gets out to the 5-yard line, and now it will be 3rd down and about 5 yards. They spot him at the 6-yard line. Emery's got to get to the 11, so 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 4 minutes approaching, second quarter, 3rd down and about 5 to go for Emery, and this is a quiet place right now.
That's it. There's not a lot of energy here, and I think Emery will gladly take that. This is a big play. You don't want to punt the ball out of the back of your end zone. Let's see if Emery can create a little bit more space or even better pick up the first down. Split back formation, Conover, both Garrett and Traxton in the backfield. Garrett will go in motion. Dangerous pass to the outside, and the Bears not fooled at all. Zeke Gonzalez, the senior, was able to meet Conover. I like the idea of trying to get Garrett out into the open field, but Summit Academy was not fooled at all, and now Emery will boot this ball away, 4th down and 8 at their own 4-yard line.
Try to swing the ball to the flat. You scored a touchdown on the prior possession with that play to the flat. This time Summit stays at home. They swarm in there defensively. They cause a loss on the play, 4th down, with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Give Summit Academy's defense a lot of credit. They needed a quick 3 and out there with Emery starting at their own 1, and they got it. Atwood gets the end-over-end punt away. It will take an Emery bounce at the 35. Meredith picks it up at the 47-yard line. One man to beat. Gets by Leffler. Now to the 35-yard line, close to the 30. And he spins before being brought down. There's a flag back at the 10. And I believe this will be a penalty against Summit Academy. Tug Wilbur had Jaden Atwood down to the ground. And I believe that's where the flag is going to be. And how this affects the great field position for Summit Academy, we'll find out in just a moment with 2:50 to play in the first half.
He threw Jaden down.
There it is, a personal foul against Summit Academy. So back up the Bears from the 31 back to the 46. That's big with 2:50 to play in the first half.
Silly penalty. You got a great return off the beautiful punt by Jaden Atwood to get that ball free. Takes the bounce. You get a good return. Now it backs you back with the penalty.
Every time Beckham Meredith touches the football, you think something spectacular is going to happen, and that was on display on that return. He really turned nothing into something off of the bounce. Emery was only going to net about 25 yards off that punt, but instead, now with the ball at the 46-yard line, the Bears are in business. Makoviak is going to test the water deep, wants to go all the way downfield, intercepted by Cray Leroy. Leroy at the 10. He gets it out to the 20. Leroy to the 25-yard line. Flag comes out of the return as Cray takes it out to the 29. The second turnover of the half for Summit Academy. They tried to test the waters deep. Leroy from the safety spot steps up. He's got the second takeaway of the game, and the flag will most certainly affect the return, but not the outcome of the play.
Yeah, Leroy just got back and played that as a punt, got right underneath the football, picks it off. The Emery defense now with back-to-back turnovers as they intercept that one on a very poor underthrown football.
You talked about the sun and how that may affect looking right into it, and I believe that was a factor on that particular play.
The sun directly right in the wide receiver's eyes, and Leroy does a good job. He plays it perfectly, and he picks it off.
Cray has been money for Emery all year long, comes up with a huge takeaway, and they actually call a penalty against Summit Academy on that return. And so Emery, that'll only strengthen their field position. They are now up to the 38-yard line. 2:31 left in the first half. It is 7-0 Emery. How about this Spartan team so far, playing inspiring football? Stilson out of the shotgun, calls for a man in motion. Conover will move left to right. Bo to throw. Gets it to Traxton. He's got Green in front of him. He's to the 50. Into the Summit Academy secondary. Brought down inside the 35-yard line. Everything clicking right now for Emery. 1st and 10, deep already into Summit Academy's side of the field, and only one play.
Dump off pass, big gain, all the way to the Summit 35-yard line. And you got a great block on the outside edge to seal it to allow that lane.
1st and 10, Spartans. 2 wideouts on each side for Stilson. Man in motion, it's Atwood. Play action. Stilson will keep it himself. He is bouncing off would-be tacklers. He's inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line.
They can't stop him.
Right now, the Bears really having a problem with the physicality of Emery's offense in between the tackles.
Well, we talked about in the open. I thought this team was a little bit soft up front. You could run the football on them, and it's shown so far in the first half that you can run the football on them.
Well, they've taken away everything to the outside, so Emery has had to stick in between the tackles. We'll see if the Bears can adjust to that with 1:45 and counting left in the first half. Now remember, Summit Academy will get the ball to start the second half. That is important, and I think it adds even more emphasis to this particular offensive drive. Atwood comes in motion. Stilson takes the pass. Fakes to the flats, goes deep. He wants it all. Caught inside the 5-yard line. Garrett caught over it. No, they rule it incomplete. They say he didn't drag the foot. I thought he was going to be inside the 5. Official comes in and says no, incomplete. It was there. Emery unable to take advantage. Now it's 3rd down and 5.
That's a nice soft touch on the football. Yep. From this angle, looked like he had the 1 foot dragged and completed the catch.
We have a big 3rd down here for Emery. Big 3rd down for Summit Academy.
That's a really good play call.
Emery has the ball at the Summit Academy 29-yard line, looking to make this a 2-possession game. Stilson getting the instructions from the sideline. Taking his time on the long snap count. Trying the hard snap, didn't get it. Now the quick pass. It's out to Larson. There's that quickness from Summit Academy on the outside. And that time, Zeke Gonzalez once again able to corral the ball. He is a ball hawk.
Yeah, Gonzalez just shoots like a cannon, gets through, makes the tackle, and no gain.
We're down to 1:10 in the first half. What a big defensive play by Summit Academy. Seems like every time the Bears have needed it, they've gotten it on the defensive side of the ball outside of one drive. Emery is out of range, I believe, for Jaden Atwood. This would be about a 50-yard field goal from this point. I think if you were inside the 25, Coach Famalo would send it out for 3. Instead, on 4th and 6, they're going to have to keep the offense out to go for it. And we have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, the wind's 14 miles an hour right now currently. And I think it's just a little bit out of the range.
Well, if you're Emery, everything has gone your way here in the first half, yet it's only a 7-0 ball game. And I think that's what would be a little bit concerning here in Bluffdale. Won the takeaway battle 2-0. If you can keep this drive alive, it would be huge, and it would keep the Summit Academy offense on the sideline for the remainder of the first half, barring a score or a turnover.
I think you got a one-on-one on the outside near the Emery sideline to take a shot.
It's Leroy, and again, he will be guarded by Burkett. Shotgun set for Stilson. Motion man is Larson. They're going to run some trickery. Larson's going to throw. There's nowhere to go with the ball. Larson finally gets rid of it. Incomplete. No, it's intercepted by Gonzalez. He's at the 15-yard line. Gonzalez looking for somewhere to go, and he's taken down at his own 17.
That works as a punt, though, Jordan. No harm in that one. He tried the little trick play, halfback pass. It doesn't work, and Gonzalez, the ball hawk, picks it off. But you're at no man's land. You got to go for it there, so it works the same as a punt.
40 seconds left in the first half. I agree with that. First takeaway for Summit Academy. Larson knew he was going to take the sack, so what did he do? He just lobbed it up. Why not? Bears come up with a big defensive stop.
Ran that Brees Hall play from a week ago with the Jets scored on.
Quick pass going to the outside. Meredith grabs it. Not quite first down yardage. Drive start at the 18. He gets it out to the 25, takes a step out of bounds. 34 ticks left in the first half.
And no harm in that one. Just a short dump-off pass. Pick up 5 yards. 34 seconds left. Second down. Down 7-0 are the Bears here in the second quarter.
Emery secondary playing with a bit of cushion. 3-man rush for the Spartans.
Can't get beat deep, though. Play everything in front.
Running out of the nickel, back to pass to the secondary. Meredith was not able to get his foot down.
Ball settled on him. Had plenty of time in the pocket, and then just sings it to the outside. Incomplete.
28 seconds left in the first half. Third down here now for the Bears. They have the ball directly on their own 25-yard line.
Simple for Emery. You just pin your ears back. Don't get beat deep. Don't give up that big play, which gives some momentum moving forward where they can take some shots to the end zone. So just play everything in front of you.
Again, nickel formation for Emery. Back to pass. Makoviak has time. Works it to the outside. Not a lot there. Emery's going to give Bo Edmonds the reception, the tight end. He's a big target at 6'3". Hauls in the first down, steps out of bounds. Clock stops at 23 seconds, but Emery is going to give up everything underneath. They don't want to get beat deep.
No, you can give up 8, 9 underneath. It's really going to take too much time off the clock, so someone's going to have to take some shots down the field because you're not going to score just by dinking and dunking for 10.
Makoviak out of the shotgun. He's got 4 wideouts, Larson in the backfield. Man's coming in motion. That'll stack the right side. Makoviak will roll to the right. He's got time, throws back into the middle of the field. It's caught. Close to the first down sticks. He has enough past the 41-yard line on the reception. Talon Taylor, the senior. Emery tried to sell out for the interception, and Taylor was able to get behind the defense. Clock's going to continue to move with 14 ticks as soon as the chains are set. Summit Academy snaps the ball before the chains are set. They went for the spike. And I'm curious to see what the call is here. There was movement all over the place. That was really out of sync play from both sides, and the referees are going to talk about this one with 14 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, you sell for the interception, and it almost came back to bite you just a little bit as you jump the route. He makes the catch, and then he spins out and falls forward.
So before that ball was snapped, they'll give Summit Academy the timeout.
And I saw their head coach run up there and signal for it.
Yeah,
so that's a good call.
And they're going to put 1 second back on the clock, so 15 seconds now here in the second quarter. Still 7-0, Emery with a lead. The Bears trying to at least get that goose egg off the board. Remember, it's an opportunity for them to double dip as they will receive the opening kickoff in the second half.
Yeah, we just keep harping on it, right? You just don't give up the big play. You don't get beat deep to give them a chance to even kick a field goal. Play everything in front. You can give the sideline, but you can't allow one of those wide receivers to break containment and get around the 35, 30-yard line.
Emery once again playing over the top and giving up underneath, and that time a rare drop for Summit Academy. Boy, they tried to work it across the middle of the field, and Dieters was there, just could not haul it in. It's incomplete, 2nd and 10, ball at the 41, 11 ticks left now here in the second quarter.
Yeah, he was thinking run before he secured the football, and he drops it, and that's a huge drop.
Coach Famalo talked about the dynamic plays. You can't give them up. Out of the nickel, it's going to be difficult to do just that. Give them everything they want underneath, but don't get beat deep. The Emery safeties have done a superb job so far here in the first half. You got to close out strong with 11 seconds left. Makoviak steps up in the pocket, delivers to Meredith over on the sideline. He comes down with the catch, but he was popped by Corbin Ward immediately after coming down with the reception. He's shy of the first down sticks, gain of 8, and again, Emery giving it up underneath, but not allowing the big-time play over the top, and now the Bears have but just 7 seconds to play here in the first half.
Yeah, Corbin Ward just laid the stick on the sideline. You need one deep shot here to get out of bounds with 7 seconds left if you're the Bears.
Ward and Stilson will play on the very deep shot here. Emery going essentially in a cover 6. Short pickup to the 40-yard line, and that, with 3 seconds left, the Bears are going to have one more crack. First down, ball at the 41. Makoviak can get it to the end zone from here. There's no question. So they tried to play underneath, and now it's their chance to take a big shot downfield with 3 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Let's see if you have one of those Aaron Rodgers Hail Marys left in you.
Emery will rush 3. They'll drop everybody in coverage, I believe, on this final play of the first half. Michael Ilijic and Gideon Meekum lining up at the linebacker spot. Shoulder high snap, Makoviak, clean pocket, able to step up, puts all of his oomph into it. I think the ball slipped out of his hands. This is intercepted. Gideon Meekum picks it off at the 15, brought down at the 22, and that takes us to the end of the first half. Emery right now pitching a shutout on Summit Academy. My goodness, how do you like that defensive effort?
We talked about it in the open, what Emery had to do. They come out, they force 3 turnovers in that half. They have the 7-0 lead. Defensive masterclass by the Emery Spartans.
Over the last 6 quarters, Emery has allowed but just 6 points. It's 7-0. 2 weeks ago against Delta, the final score was 7-6. I don't know if 7's going to be enough tonight, but it is at the moment as we go into the break with a 7-0 Emery lead. Coming up, the halftime report brought to you by Dr. Daniel Cowley at Castle Valley Orthodontics. I can say this today. You can call them right now at 637-2222. Set up a free consultation for a set of braces and a smile that will last a lifetime. It's been a happy Halloween so far. We still have plenty of football left to play. And again, we'll take a look at the first half scoring plays, which that'll be quick, right?
Yeah.
Only one so far. But that's what's coming up on the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Report. Emery 7, Summit Academy nothing.
We're not going out on a limb when we say
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Discover the best in local flavor at Stewart's Market in Castledale and Main Street Market in Farron. Enjoy the largest fresh produce section around. Ripe, vibrant, and hand-selected just for you. The personal butcher ensures every cut is just right, and the deli delights with ready-to-eat favorites. Shop fresh, shop local, and taste the difference community makes. Only at Stewart's Market and Main Street Market. Come home to quality and hometown service today.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cash Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cash Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Welcome to the Emery Spartans Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call at 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back to Emery High School football. We are live in Bluffdale, Summit Academy High. Quarterfinal action, and the 2A state tournament winner will move on next week to Cedar City, Southern Utah University. And if the first 24 minutes were any indication, Travis, it, may just be Emery.
That's a great...
What are you nervous about?
You leaning against that railing that I don't trust being up here on this roof. I had to pull you back a little bit. That's what I'm worried about right now. What I'm worried about if I'm Summit Academy is how I'm going to score on this Emery defense, because they just move the football a little bit, but not enough to move the needle. They did get the ball all the way down to the goal line. They did fumble, but for Emery, pitching the shutout in the first half.
I'll stay away from the railing, okay?
Yeah, I've got to make sure you don't fall over.
Let's talk about what Emery did defensively. We saw them really neutralize the dynamic play downfield. We know that there's some big, fast bodies on the outside for Summit Academy. Emery sat back. They said, hey, if you want to run it with Larson, go around the edges. That's fine. Or no, you're not going to go around the edges. What you're going to have to do is run it in between the tackles. Summit Academy did that effectively. The reason why it's 7-0 is because the Bears fumbled the football at the 1-yard line and Emery recovered. Summit Academy has been able to effectively move the ball on the ground, but every time they go away from the rushing attack, they have ran into problems.
Yeah, they've gotten into some big problems when they try to throw the football down the field. They ran the football, in the middle of the field, nothing to the outside, maybe a handful of plays at most to the outside, but Emery's defense has sniffed everything out, and they one opportunity that Summit had to tie things up. They dropped the football on the turf. The Emery defense comes up with it. They forced 3 turnovers in the first half.
Let's take a look at some first half scores from around the state. Right now, San Juan all over Judge Memorial. It was 24-0 at the last update. That is not a surprise. So that means the winner of this game would move on and take on the giant, right? I mean, that is Goliath when you look at San Juan. They just continue to win, looking for another state championship. They are on fire right now, well on their way to Cedar City next week. Outside of that, we take a look elsewhere in the 2A classification. South Summit did defeat American Leadership Academy 55-20. That was the number 3 seed taking on ALA, and so there's a couple of 2A scores. In the 3A classification, Morgan is up right now on Richfield 21-7. Doesn't have a whole lot of bearing for us here in this game, but just some scoreboard updates from around the state. Travis, I want to go back and look at Emery's one scoring drive. They actually were very effective on the opening 2 drives. They moved the ball really, really well. It was like a fine-oiled machine, but they finally find the end zone on running a little, I don't want to say trickery, running some motion. You get Garrett Conover out in the flats, dump-off pass. He's going to make 2 defenders miss, and he walks into the end zone for 6. That's the only touchdown, only score of the ball game outside of the extra point from Jaden Atwood. That's how we have 7-0 at the break.
Yeah, the end zone just to our right. He starts on the right-hand side. He comes across, goes left. And the ball snapped, you just flick it to the outside. You get a sill-off block on the outside edge, and he walks into the end zone. And that was the only score of the first half. Jay Natwood hit that burger truck after the extra point. It's 7-0.
As far as Emery's offense, and again, with Bo Stilson, you change things up a little bit. Bo is a physical runner. He's a senior. He's savvy. He's a game manager. He's got a high football IQ. He's cool. He's calm. He's collected. I mean, he is everything you would want and a non-traditional quarterback who has to step up into that role on the road. And so far, he has passed every single test with flying colors.
Yeah, he gets an A+++ in that first half. The way he ran the offense, was patient enough, used his legs as well. They have no answer for him right now. And for the Emery Spartan defense, got to come out in this third quarter because Summit gets the football down 7-0. And you know they're going to have that little spark. At some point, this crowd, who's been very quiet, is going to be in the game.
Let's stick with Emery's defense for a moment. They win the takeaway battle in that first half 2-1. The one turnover for Emery, really there was no ill consequence behind it. It was 4th down. You were in no man's land. They try to run a little trickery. Jess Larson, kind of on the jet sweep, however you want to phrase it, throws it to the end zone and or as close to the end zone as possible is picked off. There was no real consequence for Emery. But we go back and we look at the 2 Summit Academy turnovers. That was different. Okay, we talked about Larson fumbling the ball at the 1-yard line. You had a great view of it. You said no doubt that ball popped out before his knee went down to the ground. Emery heads up play. They get the ball at the 1-yard line. It's a quick 3-and-out. They punt the ball away. Summit Academy can't do anything with it because another takeaway as they try to test the waters deep. Craig Leroy from the safety spot steps up. He has the interception at around the 10-yard line. Emery's 2 takeaways in the first half were at very crucial moments, and they were able to flip field position because of it.
Yeah, it looked like Leroy was the intended wide receiver as he just comes underneath the football, and he sat and just waited for it to fall down into his arms. Maybe the quarterback was hit just a little bit on that play, not enough onto it, but the turnover battle won. That's what they had to do here on the road, is win the turnover battle. So far, so good.
Now you have to do it in the second half, and I know one of the big elements to this game, it's similar to what we saw 2 weeks ago against Delta. The defense is not giving up dynamic plays. You go back to the game against Delta, Jet Rawlinson may be one of the most electric players in this classification. Emery limited his production. Right? They said, you can run all over us, but we're not going to let you into the end zone. So Delta was able to move the ball in between the 20s. They couldn't finish off drives. It's kind of the same thing here with Summit Academy, and they've been able to move the ball in between the 20s. But the red zone, it has been really, really tough. Coach Famalo has done an excellent job game planning for tonight.
Especially in that first half where possessions were limited. We've seen how fast that clock rolled off. It's going to be similar in this second half. So you've got to take advantage of every opportunity you have with the football. This is an important drive to start the third quarter for the Bears to get back in the game.
It is the halftime report brought to you by Dr. Daniel Cowley at Castle Valley Orthodontics. Right now we have a battle. The winner will move on. The loser will go home. Emery 7, Summit Academy nothing. Halftime report brought to you by Dr. Daniel Cowley. Give him a call on a free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime. 637-2222. You're never too old for braces, by the way. I had them not that long ago. And now the confidence grows with a smile. Give Dr. Cowley a call, 637-2222. More coming up. Third quarter's right around the corner. Emery 7, Summit Academy nothing.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
At Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, they believe every home deserves to look its best. Since 2003, Clean Cut Roofing and Siding has been transforming homes and businesses with precision and care, ensuring your peace of mind with every shingle and siding panel installed. Whether you're updating an old look, repairing storm damage, or bringing life back to your storefront, trust them to handle every detail. Visit cleancutroofingsiding.com to schedule your free consultation. Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, where quality meets craftsmanship.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Second half about to begin here at Summit Academy in Bluffdale. Jordan Buscarini alongside Travis Anderson. And Travis, we were just talking to assistant coach Dave Justice a moment ago, who was standing high and top curbside here at Summit Academy High, and he talked about just limiting the big plays. That's what they did in the second half. Also said at the break they were talking about winning the takeaway battle. They've done that as well.
Yeah, we know this team, Summit Academy, can score, and they can score quick. And in that half, the Emery defense shuts them out. They limited the big plays. That's what you have to do. You have to win the turnover battle on the road. They did that. 1 half to go in a game that's going to see some more points, offensive explosion, I think we're going to see here in the third, fourth quarter.
That was one of the fastest halves of football we have had all season. In fact, as we prepare for the second half, we are just over an hour of game time, including halftime. That's how fast that first half went. And so we'll tee it up.
It is Halloween. It's spooky. Never know what you're going to get.
No, and as we talk about the very quick first half, you know, we are in the vicinity of a game that could potentially go to overtime, which is not out of the norm for these two teams. We've seen it before.
Yeah, I think this third quarter we're going to see some points. It's how the Emery defense reacts or how Summit reacts. They may be falling down 14-0. But I think we're going to see these offenses start to pick things up.
Meredith and Dieters are back to return the opening kick as Atwood will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Emery's going to kick left to right off of the radio dial. Again, the Bears will get first crack here in the second half. They could effectively move the football in between the 20s. Two big takeaways by the Emery defense changed the complexion of the game in the first half. End over end kick. Dieters with the ball at the 12-yard line, now to the 15, to the 20, 25. He wants to get to the outside. He tries to get skinny and takes it around the end, and Larson runs him out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Thought he was going to try to split two defenders, but instead takes it around the end. 1st and 10, Summit Academy. Not their best starting field position. They did start at the 35 as Atwood put the earlier kickoff out of bounds, but still not too shabby at the 31, moving right to left for the Bears.
Yeah, Dieters, the junior, has some speed, so look for him to maybe get more involved here in the second half.
Another scoreboard update for you. It is now even deeper for San Juan, 45-0 over Judge Memorial. You can just count that a win. Handoff to Larson up the gut, and he's got a big gain of 19 yards on the first play from scrimmage here in the second half. Right up the middle. Again, Emery has been willing to give up yardage in between the tackles. They've wanted to seal the outside. Larson takes a good chunk, gain of 19, 1st and 10 from the 50 now for the Bears.
Jaden Atwood in on the tackle to make sure that that's all it is, 19 yards.
Double stack left side and right side for the Bears. Hard snap, Emery not biting. 3 down linemen for the Spartans. Handoff, it's Larson once again, goes in between.
Nowhere to go.
No, tried to go in between the tackles that time. It was a big collapse defensively. Tyson Johnson in on the takedown for Emery.
And Tyson Johnson just slides over, stands up in his stance, and makes the tackle. Gain of 1.
2nd down and 9. So they'll go trips right side this go around. Will the Bears man to man, and that is Meredith. But he does have some safety help. Snap. Makoviak is looking, takes his time, fires. He finds the window out of the zone in between the 40 down to the 35-yard line. They spot it at the 34, and that was an excellent pitch and catch play to Talon Taylor. 1st and 10 Bears.
Great play design. You get Dieters on the outside as well. He cuts and comes back towards the football, and then that little hesitation to try to come up and cut Dieters off allows that window you talk about for the first down completion.
Emery's going to stay in zone. We'll see how Summit Academy works this out of a trips left side. Snap, handoff. It's Larson once again. Puts his head down. Emery collapses, but not before Larson is able to pick up a good chunk of 3 yards on first down. It sets up 2nd and 7 as the Bears are just shy of the 30. Now, again, they have been able to effectively move the ball in between the 30s. Let's see if they can finish this drive off. It's a quick one so far. Less than 2 minutes have gone by here in the third quarter, and Summit Academy has already flipped field position. They started on their own 31, and right now they are at the Emery 31. 2nd and 7. Dieters on the jet sweep, and he's got daylight. 30, 25-yard line, gets the edge, and is dragged out of bounds by Conover at the 24-yard line.
Just a matter of time for me to get Dieters involved. He's got too much speed, and he uses his agility and his speed on that one to pick up a huge play and some yards.
You can definitely see no panic, no urgency out of the Summit Academy team. They are sticking to their game plan, moving the ball effectively with their playmakers. And now here we go on 1st and 10, 9:58 to play in the third. Summit Academy trying to find the equalizer. It's Larson inside the 20. He is tackled at the 16-yard line. And so the Bears pick up positive yards on first down. It looks like they'll spot this directly at the 16-yard line, gain of 8.
Yeah, Conover makes the tackle, tries to bounce it outside, and then the patience to come back inside to make this 2nd down and about 2 to go.
Makoviak out of the shotgun, trips right. He's got one man to his side. It's Larson. They'll hand it back off. Larson, he splits 2 defenders, 10-5, touchdown Summit Academy, and they draw within 1 point. That took 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go 69 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, the missed tackle by Giddy on the outside, and he bounces it through into the end zone, and we knew that this team could strike quick. They do out of the halftime gate.
16-yard touchdown run. And now a big point after here for the Bears with 9:27 to play in the third. Did not take this offense long at all to find their rhythm. A little bit of an errant snap, but the hold is good, and so is the kick. It is 7-7. How about that response from the Bears to start this second half? They'll kick off to Emery when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
The Spartans play here.
Hudson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Noah Cruz will kick this ball off. It's an onside. Emery wasn't ready for it, and they catch a break because the ball goes out of bounds.
I mean, they set that up. That ball was bouncing. It was a great play design, and they just couldn't come up with the footballs. It bounces out of bounds.
Emery's going to have great field position because of it, but Summit Academy could smell blood in the water. They wanted the ball back. Emery will take over at the 44-yard line. Well, I take that back. You got to tack on the additional 5 yards with it going out of bounds, so they will take over at the 49-yard line near midfield. Some of their best starting field position outside of a takeaway.
Sometimes you wonder if the juice is worth the squeeze. Then Summit Academy thought it was. Ball goes out of bounds, and it sets Emery up perfectly just shy of midfield in a 7-7 game.
Let's see if the offense can have the similar success. You say, well, they only scored 7 points in the first half. Yeah, but they also moved the ball in between the 30s well. Stilson will call for Outwood in motion. He's going to move left to right. Bo back to pass. Looks right, throws left, overshoots his intended receiver, Conover. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication on the route, and that ball falls harmlessly up at about the 20-yard line at 2nd down and 10.
I think Bo thought he was going to stay outside, and then Conover comes inside on a slant, and there's your miscommunication. Ball falls harmlessly to the turf, 2nd down and long.
9:16 in the third. We are knotted up, 7-7.
And they haven't been in 2nd and 10 in
a long time.
Yeah, I mean, maybe twice in that first half.
Stilson out of the shotgun. He wants Outwood in motion again. Fakes the jet sweep. Bo's going to keep it himself, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So a nice adjustment defensively so far for Summit Academy. Nice adjustments on the offensive side as well. Emery now behind the sticks just a bit. 3rd and 9 off schedule with 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. This is a big play right here.
Yeah, depending on this play, how many yards you pick up, then you think about going for it on fourth down. Maybe if it's fourth down and less than 5, maybe it's 4th and 4, you go for it. But you got to pick up yards here to have that decision made.
We always talk about hidden plays. This is one of them. Waist-high snap. Stilson's going to keep it. Quarterback draw up the middle. Doesn't need to get it all if Emery views this as 4-down territory. Bo sticks it on to Summit Academy's side of the field to the 47-yard line, and the special teams unit will come out to boot this ball away. Not enough yardage to make Coach Vamala want to roll the dice. 4th down and 6 coming up. Spartans will boot it away to Meredith, who will stand back at his own 12-yard line.
Yeah, I think if it's 4th down and 4, they go for it. But when it's 4th down and 6, you punt the football away.
Atwood will stand back at his own 42-yard line. They're going to fake it. Snap goes to Stilson. Summit Academy was ready for it. They will take over at their own 48-yard line. So Stilson on the fake punt, little trickery. Meredith had worked his way all the way back to the 5-yard line. It's almost as if Summit Academy knew it was coming.
Yeah, they played a safety defense knowing that the fake punt was coming. That's no man's land for the Spartans. It's a turnover on downs, and Summit gets the ball back with a chance to get the lead.
The Bears will start this possession nearly where they would have had they recovered the onside kick. Just shy of the 50-yard line. Handoff to Larson. Emery trying to find an answer. Larson goes around the end, past the 50 to the Emery 49-yard line. Gideon Meekum getting some help from Conover and Johnson on the takedown. And so good first down yardage for Summit Academy once again. You have got to be impressed with Liam Larson and the way he has been able to handle this workload here tonight. He is really, outside of the one fumble at the 1-yard line, played a near-perfect game.
Yeah, he's been a workhorse. He's played an excellent game.
Makoviak hands it back off to Larson. Stays low to the ground, dives forward past the 45-yard line, and in fact, they'll spot him down directly at the 45. Shy of the first down marker, but a good gain of 7. So it's a gain of 3, rather. It's 3rd down and 3. As we hit the 7-minute mark here in the third quarter. Summit Academy is going to keep the clock moving.
Maybe bounces to the outside. I don't think they're going to go gut. I think they might try to do something around the edges.
It's 3rd down and 3. Handoff to Larson. He wants to go to the outside, and Conover meets him at the 48-yard line. Garrett Conover, once again, rising to the occasion defensively.
You can see the way they're set up, that they're trying to stretch the field, trying to stretch that play to the Emery side of things. They can't. That's a great tackle for a loss, maybe a gain of 1, maybe nothing, but it's 4th down.
Nearing the midway point of the third quarter, I view this as similar situation to where Emery was in the first half. It's kind of no man's land on 4th down and about 6. They've got to get to the Emery 42. We'll call it 4th down and 5. Right now they're at the 47. They're going to roll the dice and go for it. Summit Academy on a huge play. The snap. Makoviak is going to throw the ball. He's got all day in the pocket. Fires, has a man open. Caught down at the 25. Sneaking behind the Emery defense was Briggs Henry. It's the first time we've called Henry's name. He hauls it in to the 24-yard line, 1st and 10, Summit Academy. What a toss by Makoviak.
Just patience. Conover got a little bit lost, and that was his responsibility. That's the safe spot in the field of play. 1st down on 4th down and about, 5?
That is an absolute beautiful play when the quarterback can climb the pocket and deliver a strike. Makoviak, once again, clean pocket. He fires. He finds Henry again inside the 15-yard line, close to the first down stick. I believe that's a gain of 10, enough to move it 1st and 10.
Now these wide receivers are finding a little bit separation. They're coming back to the football, and they're giving their quarterback plenty of time in the pocket up front, and he's just picking them apart, that secondary right now.
The junior quarterback, Preston Makoviak, has complete control here on this second drive of the second half. Summit Academy looking for their first lead. Handoff to Larson. He's got a blocker. Goes to the outside. He'll waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. That time a 14-yard run for Larson. And that whole drive was set up by Makoviak. Big 4th down conversion, Travis. It leads to 6.
Yeah, the 4th down conversion keeps the drive alive. Then a couple plays later, they're into the end zone, and it's a quick 14 straight. We knew this team could score quick, And that's what's happened here in the third quarter.
PAT by Cruz to make it a 7-point game. Right now, 13-7 Summit Academy. There was a lot of movement. We got to have a dead ball here. Question is, we'll move first.
They might have got Emery across.
Nope. They call it against Summit Academy. I was to say, if it is against Emery, would you be compelled to go for it? The way Larson has ran this football, a yard and a half out?
I'd go for it.
It's all for naught. Turns out to be a false start. Now, this point after will be from 25 out.
Yeah, the right side
for
move
Cruz.
For Summit. So, yeah, if it would have stood, I probably would have rolled the dice. This is a big extra point.
13-7 Summit Academy. Snap is good. The hold is good. And Cruz puts it right down Broadway. Liam Larson finishes it off with a 14-yard touchdown, his second of the half. And with 5:33 to play in the third, Emery's got to find a way to answer. They trail 14-7.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
The Spartans play here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
5:33 to play in the first half. Summit Academy now enjoying their first lead. They have rallied off 14 unanswered here in the third quarter. Cruz will kick this ball away. This one is end over end. Craig Leroy will get a return. He fakes the end around. Leroy goes to the left side, 15-yard line spin move, and he is pounced on at the 18. And so Emery with 82 yards of green in front of them, needing an answer, because it has been all Summit Academy so far here in the second half.
5:23, third quarter, 14-7 now. This drive for the Spartans on offense, very big to try to get those points back, try to tie things up.
In the hidden play in this game, that 4th and 5 near midfield where Makoviak climbed that pocket, delivered right over the top of the defense, and found Henry for a nice pickup to move the sticks. That's the difference in the game right now, and it was such a composed play by the junior quarterback.
He never panicked, just stayed upright. Found the target, the completion, and then points followed.
Stilson will call for Conover in motion. He gives it to Garrett, jet sweep, trying to get to the short side of the field, and he has spun out of bounds after a gain of 1, and a flag comes out late. Emery may get a free 15 yards. We have some extracurricular activity down there on the sideline. Summit Academy right now riding the wave of the momentum change, maybe a tad bit too excited on the sideline. Let's see what the call is at the 5:19 mark here in the third quarter.
I think it's going to be a late hit out of bounds.
Dead ball foul, personal foul against Summit Academy. So again, mark off 15. And with that right there, Emery already flipping field position as they now have the ball past the 30-yard line. That's big.
So instead of being second down and 9, the Bears defense comes up with a play. They commit a personal foul penalty. They give a fresh set of downs. They move the football out for Emery. See if Emery can make them pay now.
Would have been 2nd and 9 from the 18-yard line. Instead, 1st and 10 from the 33.
You got to be disciplined.
Stilson split back set, Twins right side. Handoff, Traxton Conover. Big fella puts his head down, bulldozes his way up to the 39-yard line. Good first down yardage for Emery. That's exactly what they want to do as we near the 5-minute mark in the third quarter.
Yeah, just follow that lead blocker and then go up the hole, fall forward, pick up positive yards. Make this now 2nd down and about 5.
Split back formation once again for Emery. Twins right side, man-to-man off the left. No safety help here for Summit Academy. Emery has not really tested the waters deep. Conover once again. Traxton is able to move forward up to the 45-yard line. That'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 Spartans.
Same hole, same result. 5 more yards. This time you pick up the first down.
Emery needed a drive like this to settle things down. Not a ton of depth on the roster tonight. Emery rolling with about 25 kids in uniform. That's wild to think about. The injuries have just piled up for this team throughout the year. But with limited depth, they have proven to be a game opponent. Emery's going to try to run this ball again. Summit Academy will stack the box, and the Spartans get a gain of 1 to set up 2nd and 9.
4 minutes approaching third quarter. Emery now 2nd and 9, just shy of midfield. And you're just wondering when they're going to take one of those chances to the outside, or if they're just going to keep trying to attack those gaps on that left-hand side.
I would just continue to pound the ball in between the tackles. That's what you've done all game. Although, you've got to give credit to Summit Academy, Travis, because they've made nice adjustments.
Yeah, they've pinched in just a little bit.
Quick pass. Wide receiver screen to Jaden Atwood. Jaden moving forward. He's got the first down and more. Atwood takes it all the way to Summit Academy's side inside the 45-yard line. How about that from the senior?
Yeah, Jaden Atwood just keeps the feet moving. He spins out of it. We got another penalty flag down.
I think that's another late hit against Summit Academy.
I believe it is, too. You can see the little shove afterwards.
So that's going to turn out to be about a 27-yard play for Emery. Jaden Atwood, who's had limited opportunities offensively, making the most of that to move the sticks. And that, they rule a face mask, another personal foul. So let's think about this for a moment. Summit Academy, with all the momentum, scoring 14 here in the third quarter. They have a late hit personal foul.
At the 18.
At the 18, and now a personal foul face mask. So 30 yards of penalties, and Emery has the ball now at Summit Academy's 29-yard line. You want to talk about a momentum swing. Penalties can do just that.
That's how you lose football games in the playoffs.
Stilson to throw. Throws across the middle of the field. Caught. Touchdown! A 29-yard strike. Garrett Conover again. Stilson worked the seam. Conover did the rest. It's 13-14. Emery down by 1.
Right down the seam. And Stilson puts it right on Conover. He goes up, makes the catch, and outruns everybody into the end zone. The penalties come back to bite the Bears, and an extra point away from tying things up.
Conover with his second touchdown grab of the evening, and the point after to tie things up goes over the burger truck this go around.
If you hit it, you might as well go over it. We're tied at 14.
3:31 left in the third. What a battle. The winner moves on to Cedar City. The loser goes home. Right now, it's one of those classic heavyweight bouts going back and forth. Emery will kick to Summit Academy when we return.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
The Spartans play here.
This is Jaden Atwood, number 15. Miles Warrenson, number 52.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
14-14, 3:31 to play in the third. Emery with a huge answer, and Atwood will kick this end over end out of the back of the end zone, and so Summit Academy will have 80 yards in front of them. Travis's Bears offenses look completely different in the second half. They've touched the ball twice. They have found the end zone twice.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time before this offense got going. In the third quarter, they got 2 straight touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. So see if Emery can make that a 2-for-3 here in the third quarter and get the ball back, try to get the lead back.
The Bears did aid that Emery offense. 30 yards of penalties on 2 personal fouls.
Had a linebacker on Conover, and that's a battle Conover is going to win 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for anyone. We'll see if the Bears offense can stick in its groove that it's found here in the second half. Makoviak hands it off to Larson, and he's got good yardage into the Emery secondary. He's to the 50, 40, 30. No one's going to catch him. One play, 80 yards, touchdown Summit Academy.
Liam Larson just goes off right tackle, speed, nobody's going to catch him. Just like that, they're 3 for 3 in the quarter. and they have the lead back 20-14.
Larson's third touchdown comes from 80 yards out, 14 seconds after Emery ties the ball game, and it's 20-14. Summit Academy back up on top.
Defensively, you're out of position just a little bit, and that little bit cost you 6 points.
Not ideal as Cruz will come out to attempt the PAT to make it a 7-point game. Summit Academy right now firing on all cylinders. The point after is good. 21-14, 3:17 left to play in the third quarter. And the Spartans will have an opportunity to respond when we return.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
21-14, Summit Academy by 7 over Emery. This third quarter has lasted nearly as long as the entire first half as the scoring is coming in bunches. End over end kick, Conover at the 10 to the 15, 20. Conover had a gap. It closed quickly, takes the ball beyond the 25 to the 29-yard line, and that's where Emery will set up shop. Needing to answer the call as Summit Academy has scored 21 points in the last 9 minutes of this ball game.
Yeah, 3 for 3 in the quarter. 3:07 left in this quarter, and Emery now needs another response. They did it last time. They were helped out by some penalties. Let's see if the offense can come back, get things tied up as we wind our way into that fourth quarter. And these two teams, again, battling it out in a playoff game.
Of course. There's got to be a lot of mutual respect between these two schools. We have had some battles on the football and basketball court over the years. Stilson, quick pass, goes to Conover on the outside, and Conover made one miss, dives forward. I think he might have lost a yard. He did. Second down and 11, trying to get him the ball in the open field, and Summit Academy swarms all over the place. Second down and 11.
Try to get to the outside on that swing play. Defensively, they come up. Nice job by the corner to come out of that position to make the tackle, make the play, lose a yard. Second down and 11 now.
I did ask what you thought about the depth. Again, Emery's sitting up about 25 kids. Is it starting to play a factor? Can you sense fatigue?
I think fatigue is starting to settle in.
Ilijic will go in motion out of the backfield. Bo back to pass. Spikes this one into the ground. Conover was in the vicinity as Summit Academy brought pressure, and they were coming for Stilson, and it was Tug Wilbur from the defensive end or outside linebacker spot. He brought the pressure, incomplete pass, and now we're looking at 3rd and 11. Emery well behind the sticks.
Yeah, they sent pressure, and all he can do is just throw the football away to save the yardage. 3rd down and long in a situation where Emery, they've been limited in these 3rd down and longs all night long.
Well, Stilson is not Trigg. He is not AJ. He can run the ball. He can manage the game, but being in 3rd and long situations not ideal as you change up the identity of the offense based off who's the signal caller.
I think you have a chance here in the middle of the field with that slant play on the inside slot wide receiver.
They have to go to it. Gideon Meekum will come in motion. Bo is looking. He's going to test it deep. He wants Conover incomplete. Love the play call. Man-to-man, Conover trying to beat Tanner Madison. And Madison wins that battle. The senior able to stick tit for tat with Conover. No easy task down the sideline, and the Spartans are going to have to punt this ball away with 2:19 to play in the third.
Madison, like Velcro, just stuck right with them, stride for stride. And the one-on-one matchup, you're trying to take your shot down the field, won by the Summit Academy Bears. They get the football back. They have the lead, 2:19 here in the third.
Giving up the height advantage, the weight advantage, but Madison was on point. Atwood with the punt. This one will take a bounce. It's an Emery bounce at the 45. Meredith will stay away from it. It's still rolling, and it rolls all the way down to the 27-yard line. Loeffler picked that up. He might have gotten another 3 or 4 yards. The wind picked up right as that ball was drifting to the ground, and that pushed it back. Beautiful punt by Atwood. And now Emery's going to have to muscle up defensively because Summit Academy has found the rhythm. They are 3 for 3 in this quarter, and now they start their fourth offensive set with an opportunity to make it a two-score game.
Yeah, wind, you talk about 8 miles an hour right now from the north. And that's where that ball's heading, and that's why it got the up in the jet stream and then got that roll.
Great punt by Atwood. Trips left side for Summit Academy. I would expect the ball to go to Larson early and often on this drive yet again. First down, handoff. Larson outside, tripped up by his own man. Well, you can credit Gideon Meekum for creating some of that contact, but Aiden Fazio went down to the ground, and when he went down, Larson went with him. No gain, no loss, 2nd and 10. Could have been a lot worse for Summit Academy. Could have been a lot worse for Emery. Weird play.
Weird play. Emery catches a break, 2nd down and 10. You can see the game plan. They're going to keep everything on the ground. They're going to shorten possession. They're going to try to take as much time off the clock as they can.
90 seconds left here in the third quarter. Makoviak works the sidelines. This will go for good yardage. He's got some big targets on the outside, and once again, it's Bo Edmonds. We called his name in the first half, the big 6'3" tight end target. He finds some daylight on the outside, takes the ball to the 34-yard line.
At 3rd down 3, soft throw underneath. Safe play, you pick up 7.
We're down to 70 seconds in this third quarter. It has been all Summit Academy. They've outscored Emery in this period 21-7.
I think the Bears might go off tackle here. There's a little bit of a gap.
3rd down, empty backfield. Makoviak to throw, and it's incomplete. Emery again in that zone, tried to find a soft spot. Pass was intended for Taylor, and Makoviak was just off, and the Bears will send Cruz out to punt this football away. So 3rd down and short. What do? You go through the air rather than going to Larson. Are you a little bit surprised by that?
Yeah, I would have run the football. Taylor went inside. Quarterback thought was going to be on the outside. I would just ran the football. You're picking up 5-6 yards on the ground. You go through the air, you stop the clock, you got to punt the football away.
Craig Leroy back to return the punt. He'll stand at his own 36. High snap, and Cruz gets hit as he punts this football. Flag is down, and I think Emery is going to get called for roughing, which will give Summit Academy a fresh set.
Ball was tipped, wasn't it?
Well, apparently the ball was not tipped. Now, Summit Academy can't. They caught that ball and took off running with it. I mean, you can't do that either. Right, the ball was punted.
Well, he had trouble fielding the football off the snap, and he ran a little bit rugby style to try to get the football away. What do you want the defender to do?
So they're going to call roughing the punter.
I don't like that call.
And that will give Summit Academy a first down. Now, in the game of football, when the ball is kicked, your possession is gone. So the run didn't quite make much sense.
No, you
can't. But it's irrelevant to the play.
Yeah,
it's irrelevant. It's roughing the punter. They're saying that the ball was not tipped. Coach Famalo pleading his case over on the sideline. I'd be curious to see or hear the discussion here.
You can't advance the football. You can't advance it. I don't know. Behind the line, did he?
We will try to get an explanation on that. Summit Academy has the ball at the 40-yard line, and this is a complete and utter game changer in the final 40 seconds. Makoviak gets the ball into the open field. Dieter's at the 35-30, up to the 25. He bulldozes 2 defenders. He's got 1 man to beat, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. A 40-yard touchdown pass. And right now, everything working for Summit Academy.
I mean, he just ran right over the top of Leroy, lowered the shoulder right into him, dug Leroy to the turf, and the Bears have made it 4 for 4 in the quarter, and they have blown the doors open in this half, and they lead 27-14.
And now coming out to kick the extra point is Cruz.
What a game-changing play.
Emery thought they were going to get the ball back down 7. Instead, it's 28 or 27-14, Summit Academy. The snap, the hold, the kick is a mile high, and Cruz clears the crossbar with ease. 28-14. How about that? Summit Academy rolling right now over Emery. We have 27 seconds left in the third. Feels like a gotta-have-it drive when we return.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing service to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back to Summit Academy High School, 28-14. Summit Academy with a lead over Emery, still trying to get clarification on what went down on the punt. Regardless, it's 28-14, and the Bears are in complete control of this game on the ensuing play, a 40-yard touchdown pass. Travis, we get any clarification?
Not really.
All right. Here's a line drive kick, Emery on the return. And they fumble the kickoff, and it is loose, and I believe Emery fortunately comes out with it with 19 seconds left in the third. That was nearly a disaster.
So basically the explanation was that it was behind the line of scrimmage is what they're telling them, that they can't advance it, and it's still confusion down there.
I'm thoroughly
because
confused.
yeah, it's roughing the punter. Then
correct.
It's the 15 yards, but they gave him the 15 after the advancement of the football. So a lot of confusion, still not cleared up, but it came back and it bit Emery.
Keegan Kilcrease on the return for Emery. Here's a dump-off pass to Gideon Meekum on first down. Giddy fighting past the 50-yard line. And Emery picks up good yardage on first down. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Emery's going to have to rally back. Summit Academy rolling. They scored 28 unanswered in the third. They'll take a 14-point advantage into the final quarter when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
The Spartans play here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Back to the action a tad bit late. Emery's going to run the football with Gideon Meekum on second down, and Big Giddy picks up and up for the first down. He moves it to the Emery High School 46-yard line. Or excuse me, to the Summit Academy 46-yard line. Emery on Summit's side of the field. It feels like Emery has to have an answer on this drive to stay in this ball game as Summit Academy's offense has found its rhythm, and they scored at will. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns in that third quarter. Trips right side for Stilson, the quarterback. Stilson takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. Gets to the outside. Bo's got room to run. Tripped up at the 30. And that is a touchdown-saving tackle by Owen Burkett. If Bo gets around Burkett, he is still running. Damage done as Bo gets it to the 27-yard line, 1st and 10, Emery.
Need points, and you got to score quickly. And this is a great start to the fourth quarter to get down to the Summit 5-yard line?
27-yard line. Stilson out of the shotgun. He's got Conover standing off his right. Twins each side. Motion man coming. It's Garrett Conover left to right. Hand off to Garrett on the jet sweep. Trying to get the edge. Breaks one tackle. Turns on the Jets. He's inside the 20. Shoved out of bounds at the 18-yard line. And so Emery needing an answer, and right now moving the ball effectively up the field. Inside the red zone where Emery was only there one time in that third quarter. 1 minute gone by here in the fourth. Stilson handoff, Traxton Conover, and Traxton is able to get it close to the 16-yard line. That is enough to move the sticks, 1st and 10. Of course, not a goal-to-go situation. But if you get into the red zone here in the fourth quarter, Travis, in a game like this, you're going to have to capitalize. Field goals at this point, I believe, are out of the question. You got to find pay dirt.
You've got to have 6 from here on out.
Traxton lines up in the backfield out of the shotgun set. Stilson 2 to the left, 2 to the right. In the slot, it's Garrett Conover. Design quarterback draw. Stilson gets inside the 15-yard line. They spot him at the 14. Minimal pickup.
Second down. Minimal pickup like you talk about.
Give him a gain of short 2.
Got to get to 7 for a first down.
Plenty of time left. Temperature has stayed relatively warm. Wind has not played a factor. But 2 minutes already gone by here in the fourth quarter. Emery has Loeffler in the backfield. Stilson, quick pass, finds Conover. Quick reaction to the ball. Summit Academy all over Garrett, and he takes a pop on the sideline. Stops the clock at 9:50.
And now third down.
Going back to that play, if the ball is blocked and it does not go past the line of scrimmage, the punting team can advance the ball. I believe that's what the rule is. But if it's blocked, there's no roughing. That's where my confusion comes in. We'll have to get some clarification on that rule, but nonetheless, Summit Academy took advantage of it. And now Emery with the ball in the red zone. Bo Stilson's going to try to take it around the outside, and boy, they contain the edge beautifully. Meredith comes up, makes the tackle, and Emery is faced with third down, a little bit off schedule. They have the ball at the 13. They have to get all the way down to the 7. So we are looking at 4th down and 6.
It's no room on the outside. Summit does a good job defensively. They come up quickly. They close off the outside edge. And a 4th down play here that feels like it's ball game if they don't pick it up. Probably going to get a timeout.
We're down to the 9:20 mark. And again, a gotta-have-it drive here for Emery. See if they can get this off.
I don't think
they're not going to.
They got to call time.
Coach John Famala will take a timeout. 9:12 left. It is 4th down on what may be the biggest play of the season for Emery. They trail 28-14 when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Out of the timeout, 28-14, Emery trails Summit Academy. It's 4th down. Emery has got to get this ball to the 7-yard line to keep the drive alive. Stilson is out of the shotgun set. He's got Traxton Conover to the left. Garrett Conover will roll in motion right to left. Stilson's going to throw. Tries the end zone. Intended for Leroy. Caught, then dropped. Incomplete. Had a chance for it. Credit Madison once again. Tanner Madison, the senior defensive back, has came up with 2 huge plays for Summit Academy. He's come up with 2 insanely athletic plays from the defensive back spot. That one right there forces a turnover on downs. That was a big-time play by the defensive back for Summit Academy.
That play right there by Tanner was a great defensive stop. The ball seemed like it was in the air for an awful long time. It's a one-on-one jump ball play, and Madsen rips through it to make the incompletion.
And now they'll give the ball back to Larson. He's got room to run, 25, 30-yard line, and you wonder if fatigue is setting in a bit as Summit Academy is taken over in the trenches. Larson gets it all the way out to the 30, a big chunk on first down.
Yeah, right up the gap, stretch play again, and you talked about the fatigue, and it might be settling in as you're rotating guys in and out to try to keep guys fresh. First down play, first down run, all the way up to the 30-yard line. The Bears will be in no hurry.
They will eat clock, and they did a great job of that in the first half. Again, it was such a fast first half, and we'll see how much time Summit Academy can take off, nursing a 2-score lead. Handoff to Larson. He's got room to run again, finding a soft spot on the Emery defense, and in 2 plays, they nearly have that ball out to midfield with the ball now at the 46-yard line.
And nothing fancy. You just go same side you just went, and you pick up 15, 20 more yards. On first down, you move the sticks. It's another first down shy of the 50-yard line. And they should just keep the ball on the ground if you're the Bears.
A date with the defending state champion San Juan Broncos on the line next week in Cedar City. And Summit Academy, who gave San Juan a heck of a game earlier on in the season, put up 29 on San Juan. This offense has put up 28 in the second half alone against Emery. Long snap count, handoff to Larson. He's got more room onto Emery's side of the field, 45-yard line, and he has ran out of bounds at the 38.
I love the way that kid runs the football.
Oh, he has played so good tonight.
Electric, patient, bounces to the outside, and then scampers out of bounds after another first down pickup.
They say he stepped out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It's been a well-officiated ball game tonight, hasn't it?
Fantastic job.
Yeah, these referees have been well in control tonight.
It's refreshing to see.
7:51 left in the game. Makoviak, he gives it back to Larson. Why not? He's got more yardage. Brought down by Conover from behind, but not before he gets out to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 7, so it's second down and 3. And again, the Bears will run that clock. Still some football left. Valiant effort from Emery, but it seems like Summit Academy's offense, too much to handle in the second half. And that'll set up what may be a very interesting game with San Juan. They won it all this time. Summit Academy over the top, caught, touchdown. Makoviak. He goes up over the top on a huge play for a touchdown. And it's 34-14.
Yeah, they're picking on Corbin Ward on one-on-one to the outside. And that's a beautiful deep ball, soft touch. And all his wide receiver has to do is wait for the football to fall into his arms, and it's 6 points. They have scored every time in this second half.
5 for 5, 34-14 with a 7:14 clock remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Cruz will come out to attempt the PAT. He has been money all game long, and he will remain perfect. 35-14. Summit Academy rolling as we hit the final 7:14 of what could be in the season here on 107.3 FM and 7:50 AM. We are back in just a moment.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call a Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
The score was 7-0 at halftime. It is now 35-14. Emery's 7-point lead has not only vanished, but they find themselves now down by 21 with 7 minutes to play. And Summit Academy has been near unstoppable, Travis, on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, this is the offensive unit that you and I prepped for all week, talking about how, boy, they can score and they can score in a hurry. It was trying to limit the dynamic plays. Emery did that for a half, but you do wonder if stamina is becoming a factor here late in this ball game.
Yeah, you and I touched on it at halftime. It was a matter of time before the Bears' offense got going. We knew they were going to put up points, and that's what they've done. 5 touchdowns in the half.
Stilson will call for a man in motion. It's Jaden Atwood. Bo back to pass, fires over the middle. That pass was deflected. Larson was open. It's a great play by the defensive front for Summit Academy. Otherwise, Larson's got some big yardage. 2nd down and 10, 7:08 left in the game.
Yeah, Larson's got 10+ on the catch. Ball tipped, throws off the rotation. He can't reach out and snag it in. Incomplete.
2nd down. Trip to the state championship last year for Emery. They've had 3 very successful years. This year, injuries have piled up. That time a handoff up the middle, nothing going. Minimal pickup, 3rd down and 10 coming up here for Emery. And now it looks as if this year it's about to fall short here in the quarterfinals, similar to 2 years ago when we ran into Summit Academy. Remember that heartbreaker in overtime.
At Emery High?
At Emery. We score, I believe it was Dane the Train up the middle on the first play, first offensive play for Emery in overtime, and then the blocked extra point is what ended the season. Stilson back to pass. 3rd down and 10. Shoots over the middle, nearly intercepted, but it falls incomplete.
Yep. Jaden Atwood wide open in the flat, up down the sideline. Ball forced just a little bit. 3 defenders there for the Bears, and they knock it loose, incomplete. 4th down.
Here's a scoreboard update for you at the end of the 3rd quarter. Delta 35, South Sevier 28. How about that? Number 2, South Sevier on the ropes. 4th down for Emery. They'll send the special teams unit out with 6:27 left to play here in the ball game. Atwood gets the punt away. End over end. Takes a bounce. Meredith picks it up at the 50. 45-40. 35-30. He'll get to the outside, and no one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Summit Academy. With 6:14 to play, it's now 41-14.
Got a flag down.
Flag is at the 25-yard line.
It's going to be a personal foul penalty, I believe, on Tug Wilbur.
And that would take the touchdown off the board. Talking with Coach Dave Justice as he heads back down onto the field. 6:14 left. They call it a touchdown after the play, an unsportsmanlike penalty against Summit Academy, so the touchdown will stick, and it's 41-14.
The punt took a bounce. They set up the wedge. They set the special teams unit up, and the speed to the outside, and nobody was close to him as he scores, and they have scored every time they've touched the football here in the second half.
41-14 with 6:14 left to play. Cruz will come out to attempt the PAT. And we're down to the final 6 minutes of what has been a very entertaining season. Snap, the hold, the kick. And that kick is no good, but another flag comes out.
I think that one's on Emery.
what the rule is here. White Hat will come out and give us the call. PAT is no good. Dead ball, personal foul against Emery. That'll be assessed on the kickoff. Scores 41-14. Emery will get another crack at it when we return on 107.3 FM and 7:50 AM.
Discover the best in local flavor at Stewart's Market in Castledale and Main Street Market in Farron. Enjoy the largest fresh produce section around. Ripe, vibrant, and hand-selected just for you. The personal butcher ensures every cut is just right, and the deli delights with ready-to-eat favorites. Shop fresh, shop local, and taste the difference community makes. Only at Stewart's Market and Main Street Market. Come home to quality and hometown service today.
The Spartans play here.
Hassan Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 7:50 AM KOAL.
6:14 left here in regulation. Summit Academy well on their way to advancing to the semifinals next week. Remember, Summit Academy got to the semis last year. That's when they ran into Emery. What a ball game that was.
That was fun.
It was.
Science Bank.
It was cold.
It was cold.
It was fun. Trip to the state championship on the line. Really nothing like Friday Night Lights. Here comes the kick. Cruz boots this one back to the 2-yard line. Leroy on the return gets it out to the 25 and past the 25. Boy, he is hit hard at the 26-yard line. Great show of sportsmanship from both sides. 6:05 left in the fourth. Emery's offense will come back out onto the field.
Yeah, the Bears go into the break. They come out. They make a few tweaks, a few adjustments. They come out offensively. They have scored 5 touchdowns. They had the special teams touchdown. Offensively, they just picked it up in that third quarter. And we knew at some point they were going to start putting points on the board, and it happened in the third quarter.
First down and 10. Bo Stilson back out of the shotgun set. 2 wideouts on each side. And we have a pre-snap penalty, encroachment against Summit Academy. Emery will get a free 5 yards. Interested in this game going on right now between Delta and South Sevier. Delta was one of those teams coming in that I thought looked really good on paper. And they struggled in the early going. They turned it on at the end of the season. Emery picked up a win 2 weeks ago against Delta. Because of that, the Rabbits slipped to the 7 seed and they get South Sevier. And going into the fourth quarter, it is 35-28 Delta, number 7 looking at top number 2.
Delta playing.
They're playing good football.
Good football at the right moment.
Stilson back to pass. Bo wants to test it deep. Caught by Craig Leroy on to Summit Academy's side of the field.
Right in front of Tanner Madsen, who's had a fantastic game for the Bears today.
Madison has been outstanding. He had 2 big defensive plays for Summit Academy. One on Garrett Conover, the other on Craig Leroy. Well, Leroy only a junior for Emery. He'll be back next season, and when you take a look at a playmaker that can take the top off of a defense, he's been that guy for us all season long.
Most of the time, Leroy's catching that touchdown. That's just a great play by Madsen.
Good offense, better defense. It happens. Back to pass, out to Conover. Pass is caught. Conover inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Well, San Juan is up on Judge Memorial 77-0 in the fourth quarter. Broncos poised for another championship run. We'll see if Summit Academy can shake up the 2A classification. They'll have that opportunity next week. Bo rolls out right side. He's going to throw on the run, or he's going to keep it. He's going to keep it himself. He gets to the 40, first down and more down the sideline, and he steps out of bounds at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, Emery.
Yeah, Bo just takes the ball and then goes out towards the sideline, tippy-toes it, steps out of bounds, not before he picks up the first down.
Ball at the 30, 1st and 10. Stilson out of the shotgun. One man lined up to the right side. It's Conover. 4:55 left. Atwood's going to come in motion. He'll move left to right. Stilson back to throw. He wants it all. He tries for Conover, and it's incomplete. Conover getting beyond Burkett.
They stuck with him stride for stride defensively, a little bit tugging back and forth. And that's Hill in the coverage, who doesn't allow the completion. And second down.
This game's going to end right before the sun goes down as temperatures have cooled off a little bit. It's a great place to come watch a football game. And hospitality has been out of this world as Stilson takes the snap, sacked in the backfield. We got one of the best views in the house, sitting on top of on top of the booth, we should say. And
we're not outside an awful lot.
No, but even when we are, this is a beautiful view. Yeah, it's worked out perfectly. Third down and long coming up now for Emery. Ball is just inside the 35, the 34. They got to get the ball to the 20-yard line.
Unlike your dad and Aiden, who are outside all the time.
On our sister station. Yeah. We have a timeout taken on the field. 4:22 left of the game. Timeout. Third down and long for Emery. We'll pause. Why not? We'll take another break. It's Emery High School football here on 107.3 FM and 758.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The Spartans play here.
This is Jaden Atwood, number 15. Miles Warrenson, number 52.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Third down and 14 out of the timeout. 41-14. Summit Academy would lay it over Emery. Bo Stilson rolls out. He is sacked. And he is down back at his own 46-yard line.
The defense for Summit in this half has been really good with the adjustments they've made. They pretty much, the defense has set the offense up, and the offense has fed off that defensive presence, and they've scored a bunch of touchdowns, but the defense has been really impressive.
Even the down ball marker was wrong, or they ruled out a fumble. Nonetheless, it is Summit Academy ball with 4:11 to play. They take over at their own 45-yard line, and it's a mere formality at this point. The Bears are moving on. And our football season about to come to an end after 10 games. I think you got to give this Bears team a ton of credit. This has been a near perfect second half for Summit Academy.
The adversity that they felt in that half, and they bounced back in the third quarter in a big way.
Second unit comes out for the Bears. Isaac Barrett, the junior, will take the carry onto Emery's side of the field to the 48-yard line, under 4 to play.
Because this crowd wasn't into it. It was 7-0.
There wasn't much to get excited about.
No, there wasn't. And that's Emery's defense. They forced those turnovers early on. They had the lead. And in that third quarter, they had that drive, on the opening drive. They went all the way down the field and scored, and they never looked back from that point. So a lot of credit to that coaching staff and those kids down there.
Second down and 3. Handoff, and this one will go for first down yardage and more up to the 45-yard line. The Bears that time keep it on the ground, and now they're just going to eat clock. Thoughts on the season?
Yeah, for Emery, the injuries played a factor in what they wanted to do. They had to rotate quarterbacks in and out. You had 3 different quarterbacks at one point. I think that really changed the complex of the team. You're moving people around in different spots. But success, and you don't hang your head too low. You got a lot to look forward to in the future.
Had a very difficult schedule this season, and we can talk about that in a moment.
Not a lot of home games?
No, only had 4 home games. The Bears keep the ball on the ground to eat some clock now at the Emery 37-yard line. You take a look at that non-region schedule. I mean, it was tough out of the get-go. So Beaver, we had Kanab, Union, Canyon View. I mean, it was a very, very difficult non-region schedule. And as the injuries piled up, and you mentioned it, shuffling through 3 different quarterbacks this year, picking up 3 wins on the season, some entertaining games.
They had a chance tonight.
Had a chance against Canyon View.
Yeah, opportunities through that season. Just mistakes throughout cost them some games.
Pass into the open field. Meredith, one man to beat. He's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. They continue to pile it on. They have scored 47 points in this second half, and it's 47-14. Summit Academy continuing to run up points on that scoreboard.
They've scored every time they touch the football in the half.
Plus a special teams touchdown.
And that one's just an outside swing pass, speed, a missed tackle, and 47 points sit on the board.
Well, the home portion of the high school football season comes to an end tonight. It is neutral site from here on out. Point after for Cruz here for Summit Academy. Snap is good. Hold is good. And that kick is also good. We'll keep it here for the final 2 minutes. As the temps start to drop.
I petition for 4 o'clock games all the time when the weather dips.
A little bit of a different format, right? I can kind of correlate this to basketball when you have to play that 9 o'clock in the morning game at the 3A or 2A state tournament, wherever you may be. That's difficult to do. You're just not used to doing it, right? So what does 4 o'clock look like when you get out of school and you immediately go to the football field to play? We become creatures of habit.
Especially when you have to travel.
Yeah.
You got to get on the bus. Everything's different.
So it was a tad different for both of these teams. Second half looked a little bit more like Summit Academy football. And now the Bears will boot it away for Emery, perhaps for the final time of this game. Cruz lines it up at the 40-yard line. And this kick will take a bounce at the 5. Leroy returns it from the 2. He's to the 10, 15, 20, and still on his feet to the 25-yard line, shoved out of bounds. Minute 50 left in this game. While we have a moment, we can give a shout out to our cameraman, Ryan Piccolo. Boy, Ryan has to be outside wherever we're at. Typically, you and I, we're babied, we're catered. Ryan's on the outside maneuvering the camera all football season long. Terrific job throughout the season. And, of course, all the sponsors that make the travel of the broadcast possible for Emery High School football and the school itself. Boy, they make life easy on us, that is for sure. 4 wide out set. Stilson, he's going to throw on first down. Wants to go to Atwood, picked off, intercepted, and the Bears will add 6 more, perhaps. No. Boy, Bo Stilson never gave up on the play, and he tackles Bodie Pay at the 4-yard line. Flag is down back at the 30. What a play by Bo Stilson. He did not quit on that play.
Yeah, he shot down the sideline and caught up to him and then threw him to the turf to make sure he didn't bounce into the end zone.
Again, flag has been moved to the 34-yard line, so we'll see what the rule is here. The minute 37 left in the game. Referee still talking. I think the discussion right now has got to be, it's on the opposite side of the field. Did the penalty occur before the ball was thrown or before the interception? That's got to be what they're talking about right now.
That last one, I'm going to say that this play stands.
As an interception?
As an interception.
It appears that's going to be the case. Nope, they call pass interference against Summit Academy. So it will not stand.
And that's how we go out.
That's all right. You've been right the majority of the time. So they'll mark that off. And that gives Emery a first down with the ball at the 41-yard line. We're down to a minute 37. clock now very visible on our video broadcast on our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery. While the football season is about to come to a close, don't forget you'll be able to follow the Spartans in the basketball season. We also have some great cross-country content coming to you on the YouTube channel. Shout out to our Lady Spartans who claimed the cross-country championship earlier this week.
Job well done.
Oh, my goodness. Had the chance to talk with Gentry Christiansen and Addie Guyman yesterday. You can watch that interview with Gentry right now on our Facebook page, KOAL Drive Time Sports. And we have a timeout taken by Summit Academy with 1:37 left. You can also get the full recap of our Lady Spartans claiming that state championship. It's a grueling sport in cross country. I don't know how much you know about what they do to compete. You run. That's what you do.
If I ran right now, it wouldn't be good. what they go through,
man.
they put their bodies through. Man, a lot of credit to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As they win a state championship on the girls' side. Total team effort to get that done. This is actually the last fall sports team that we have competing, as we now make that transition into the winter sports. Well, a couple of weeks off, and then we'll be back at it for basketball. Trips right side. Stilson to throw the football. He's going to roll out. Bo with time. Now he's going to try to run it. He's tripped up. Taken down at the 40-yard line. Maybe gained a yard on the play.
It's a sophomore making the play and excited to make the sack.
Minute 18 and counting. Emery's going to go tempo here on second down. Conover is going to move over to the right side. Trip stack right. One wide out to the left here for the Spartans. Stilson rolls. Bo is looking, fires on the run. Through the hands of Leroy, incomplete. Cray found a little island, set down, but the pass too out to handle, incomplete.
Yep, skips right off his hands, incomplete. 54 seconds remaining in the game.
Ball at the 40-yard line on Emery's own side of the field. So Bo's going to go empty backfield. 3 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. On third down and 11, 4 rush for Summit Academy. Quick pass out to Conover. He gets to the 45-yard line, still on his feet, close to the first down sticks. He is shoved out of bounds. Nope, they say the clock will continue to run, although it did stop. It's fourth down. They stopped the clock. Referee telling him to wind it. There we go. We're down to 32 seconds left in the season for Emery. Stilson. He's going to keep it on 4th and 1. Goes right up the middle of the field. He's got the first down. Lost the ball. It's loose on the turf. And Summit Academy says they have recovered. Even if they haven't, there's 16 seconds left in the game. They did recover. So there is no mercy rule because it's 34 points. But Summit Academy will come out, take the quarterback's favorite play, and then we will move into the final post-game wrap-up show of the high school football season. What a dominating effort by Summit Academy in the second half.
That second half, they came out, and they put on a show. And they scored touchdown after touchdown. The Emery defense, maybe the Emery team in general, shorthanded, a little fatigued, and it caught up to them.
Final score in this one is going to be 48-14. And Summit Academy will now shift their focus to the San Juan Broncos. Snap and the knee, and that will do it. 48-14. It was 7-0 Emery at halftime. And then Summit Academy just explodes out of the second half. Let's send it back to the studio. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game wrap-up show is coming up. We'll take a look at the second half, and then we'll wrap up tonight's broadcast here on 107.3 FM and 7:50 a.m. Again, final score, Summit Academy 48, Emery 14.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live. The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Or can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 7:50 AM.
Welcome back into the post-game wrap-up show. Final score here tonight, Summit Academy 48, Emery 14. And Travis, that brings an end to the football season here on the final Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game wrap-up show. Don't forget, you can stop in at any Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branch and pick up your Emery High School Spirit Card. Transform that Visa debit into an Emery High School card in a matter of minutes. That's at any Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branch. Carbon, Emery, or Moab. Final score tonight, 48-14. Travis, it was 7-0 Emery at the end of the first half, and then this high-powered Summit Academy offense took over in a major way over the final two quarters.
Yeah, I think we were just patiently waiting for that offense to get going. And it did in a big way, coming right out of halftime. That opening possession of the third quarter, they marched right down the field, put up 7, and they never looked back from that point as they just kept piling touchdown after touchdown on the board.
This team gave San Juan a run for its money, and I'm sure the Broncos are not going to be thrilled to see Summit Academy next week. When you take a look at the high-powered offense, the running ability of Larson, just the way they can use big bodies on the outside, can they knock off San Juan? Is this a team that can shake up the 2A classification?
Yeah, I think they can. I think the way that they run the football efficiently, offensively at the quarterback spot, they're really good. They're just a patient team. They take possessions away, and I think that's how you have to beat the Broncos is you just shorten the game as much as you can. You don't allow possessions. So, yeah, I think the Bears have an opportunity next week in Cedar City to maybe shock some people.
And I know Makoviak is kind of the quarterback that you like, right? I mean, it's your style of ball. He's patient. He can climb the pocket. He can take some pops. He can make you pay up over the top. He can take it up underneath. I mean, he really lets the game come to him. I know you're a fan of the way this kid plays football. And tonight, we got to see it in the second half. He was just fantastic.
That fourth down play was the moment the game flipped. It's fourth down and about 5, and he just stayed in the pocket, and he buys times. Yep. He moves his feet well, and he fired a perfect pass for the completion, the first down, and they don't look back, and they score in that position.
Final score 48-14. Season comes to an end for the Emery Spartans. As we do every year when we close out football season, we got to give a shout-out to the senior class. Not a big senior class this year, but there were definitely some good ball players. Michael Ilajic, Jacob Morris. We also say goodbye to Gideon Meekum, Jaden Atwoods. We get Bo Stilson, Spencer McCandless. The senior class, again, Logan Huntington, Tice Larson. Tyson Johnson was another senior. Blake Citrit. I mean, there is a lot of really talented seniors on this squad. Not a huge senior class, but this is a group of kids that played a lot of meaningful football.
A lot of meaningful football like you talk about, and the future for Emery football with a bunch of young talent coming in, and guys that played Sparling this year are going to have big roles next year. So the future's bright for this program.
Final score again tonight, 48-14. That'll do it for this season of Emery High School football. Here's the beauty. You can go back and relive any of the moments that we had this season on our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery. It's really that simple. Those games are on demand, and we will see you again for basketball season. He is Travis Anderson. I'm Jordan Buscarini, and for one last time, go Spartans.